down and visited Skeeva.
And I got to see that maple leaf tattoo on Todd's ass.
Really? He showed you that? He hasn't even showed me that.
He let me smack it.
We've had so many people DMing us and leaving comments on our YouTube videos about how terrible Trombone Champ's gonna do and the company's gonna go bankrupt. To see it do so well on launch day was just like, you know what? That guy can kiss my ass.
You look, you lose 85 pounds, you shave your beard, you put some glasses on, people are like, oh, it's not even, they don't look like you anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck? Get fat in your beard, damn it.
Like, he's already biased because he didn't get what he wanted. He wanted Alien Isolation. If you want Alien Isolation, asshole, go play Alien Isolation. I very firmly believe that there's many games out there that are epically great flat games that are absolutely better in VR. Not every game. What is going on, everybody? I don't see us live on YouTube either. Again,
I do.
Do you see us live on YouTube?
I do, yeah.
Because I do not. What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Tuesday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C, VR Gamer Live. That is now Reality Bytes. We are a weekly gaming podcast that airs live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick, LinkedIn. I think. Maybe.
I feel like we just go live on my X account and that's it.
Only there.
Only on Skeeva's X account. I still do not see us live in YouTube. I don't know why.
I do. I just went to the YouTube page and I see it live.
I cannot see anything. But apparently we're live. It shows us with 4 viewers. Are you seeing us live in YouTube? This is a cavalcade of errors. I cannot figure this out.
This is what happens when we don't do a show for 2 weeks.
We forgot how the interwebs work.
Hasselhoff says, no, we don't. He does not see us live.
Well, how do you answer it then?
No, I typed it.
Oh, my God.
I go to our Q2C, I see it. Oh, I see 2 upcoming live streams. 18 people waiting in the wrong one.
Everybody, leave live stream. Tell them to leave and come to this live stream, and I'll do the opener again. Can you kill one of them?
I can't kill the other one. I might be able to kill the other one.
This is amazing. I love this. I'm just going to sit and hang out and talk and then do this opening all over again.
Right?
Oh, Assassin32. I'm watching live on YouTube.
Nice. We have one person over on the right YouTube channel.
Yay.
Yep. I'm going
the one homie. Let's go.
How about the chat?
Come to the new stream, folks. Come to the new stream. Leave the one you're in. Come to the new one. Not sure Brondo is over in that chat. He says they got canceled by Skeeva's AI. We're here. Yep. We're over here. You guys are in the wrong one. You got everybody else over there is in the wrong one.
Because it's not live, so there's nothing to stop. Oh, you know what? I could go in the back end and just remove it.
You know who else is live when you go in the back end?
You want me to hit that too?
Yeah. Hey, if we're gonna fuck up, just fuck it. Let's go like completely fucked up and just, like really do it.
Okay. Oh, we got more people. Inferno, Miss Parzival, Techno Glitch, Tasselhoff.
This is amazing. This is
all right. Coming over to the right show.
This is pretty. I just want to say this is pretty awesome. Look. If you're gonna fuck up, like royally screw it up so bad.
I'm gonna delete the other one.
Oh no, don't delete it. Keep that there forever. Can't wait to go back and watch that.
It says upcoming, right? So there's nothing to watch.
I do see one that says live now, which is definitely nice. To see one.
So I'm gonna get rid of that one, which will all those people will get kicked off, and hopefully they come over here. Look at that. We're up to 12. Everybody's coming. Here we go.
Oh, they're almost here.
Right. Nice hat, Todd. Not what Handela says.
What is that hat too, by the way? That is a weird hat. So I'm just gonna so what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming over, hanging out with us. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna do this intro all the way over again. Because there was nobody here when I did it the first time. So I might as well do it again, but I want to give everybody a chance to get over here. Did you kill the other one, Todd?
I did. It's dead. Yeah.
Dead. Okay. We got a few people back here now watching on the new YouTube link. This has been amazing. We'll talk about this in a second, guys, and let you know exactly how Todd screwed this up. But
I can't wait to hear this.
What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Tuesday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Reality Bytes. We are a weekly tech podcast that airs live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick, LinkedIn, Skeeva's X, with all kinds of different lives, sometimes live, sometimes not live. One of the lives where I called Todd a dumb shit in front of everybody. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest, where flannel is considered formal wear. He's a lot less hazy IPA and a lot more old-fashioned. Todd Jackson.
Hi diddly ho diddly.
I do like me a hazy IPA, though. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Not an old-fashioned guy. I do like it, but you're definitely not a hazy IPA guy.
I'm not a hazy IPA guy.
You're definitely more old-fashioned.
Yes, definitely more an old-fashioned. Hence the hat that everybody seems to be making fun of in chat.
Well, that is definitely an old man's chap hat or something. I don't know.
I've never seen Todd with an IPA, but I always see him with an old-fashioned.
That's true. Oh, look at the Q2C throwback. I like it.
Retro wear.
Old school wear. Yeah.
All right. And now to my man from the blazing Arizona desert. He likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. He's not much into yoga, but he has half a brain. He loves making love at midnight in the dunes on the Cape. Send him your numbers, ladies. He'll plan your escape. I'm just kidding. He's taken. Don't send him your numbers. Send me your numbers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm taking. Eva, do you love making love at midnight?
I love making love all the time, baby. All the time.
You gotta do it with the little voice, like all the time.
Yeah, you needed the little voice modulator for that one.
Rupert Holmes, great song. Two episodes in a row, I had to throw back some music to Skeeva. We did a little Lionel Richie intro for you, and I just felt a little pina colada tonight. Little escape from Rupert Holmes.
Excellent. Well, with your singing, we won't get demonetized. So
yeah, right. That was a great song, right? Like, because I was talking about hazy IPAs with Todd and his intro, and I went into the old fashions. I don't like pina coladas, but I do love the song. I don't. I'm not a big pina colada fan. It's very, it's like milky,
sweet, milky coconut. I'm not a coconut guy.
Coconutty, milky.
Pretty much for me. If the drink comes in an umbrella, I'm a fan.
Really? So it comes with so it does like an umbrella and a coconut. You're like gaga.
Oh, dude, I'm all over it. If a drink comes in a pineapple, I'm stoked.
In a pineapple, they do that?
Oh yeah,
yeah. You've never seen a hollowed out pineapple with a big straw in it?
No.
Well, you got to go to the Caribbean, bro.
Old fashions don't come that way.
No, no, they don't. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hope you're having an awesome night. It's been a long, tough week. We missed a couple episodes, but we're back in action tonight. Good to be back. Good to be doing this again. Appreciate everybody coming over here. Apologize for the error. Todd, Skeeva, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what went wrong here. I think it has to be something with Restream. Like everything went fine. We hit the live button, and every channel went live except for YouTube, which is the only one that I really monitor. So when we went live during the intro, I watched to see, YouTube is on a 30-second delay, but I watched to see that after 30 seconds, I see it go live. So during the original intro, I'm watching it and I'm like, it's not going live. We got a problem here. So we go on live. I'm assuming we're not live. So we come back, we come in from the intro. Instead of me going to my intro, because I know we're not live, I'm looking at YouTube, we're not live. I just go, Todd, you're a dumb shit. Because we're not live. And apparently we were live everywhere except for YouTube.
Yep.
So I've immortalized myself coming on live going, Todd, You're a dumb shit.
Go to his LinkedIn page if you want to see it, because we can't take it down.
Oh my god, it's gonna make the best clip ever, because literally the three of us are just sitting here laughing at each other, going, "We're not live," and then Skeeva goes, "Wait, I'm live on X right now." So we were live. It was amazing. We were live everywhere but freaking YouTube. So I don't know why it didn't go live. I went back in, I clicked back on to turn YouTube on, and then it creates a second YouTube
made a whole new show. Yeah.
You can't write this shit up. You can't make this shit up, guys. I swear to God, you can't. You can't make it up. But hey, we're live now. We're live now. Todd's immortalized as me calling him a dumb shit. I mean, these things happen. These things happen. That's all right. How's the week going, guys? How you doing? Skeeva, you were traveling this week. You went and did a little cool stuff. Can you talk about it or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I went to Los Angeles and I went to the Pokemon GO Kalos Tour and played.
Cool
and this is the small of the live events. Pokemon Go also does Go Tour or Go Fest in June, and that has almost 500,000 people. And this is Kalos Tour, which has like 50,000-60,000 people. So it's a lot smaller, but it is stupid amounts of fun. So many people running around playing Pokemon Go, and so many cool releases of different Pokemon, and it's a ton of fun. I had a blast.
If you had to like give an estimate, like where do you think, like kind of like? Yeah, I mean, you showed a picture at one point. I was like, "Holy crap!" The amount of people there.
Oh, a video, yeah. The video,
yeah.
It's pretty wild, man. They even opened up raids to like. There was one raid I went into. There was 4,500 people in the same.
One raid.
No way.
Did you take down the Pokemon like 1 second? Like,
actually, they're testing this new feature because they're releasing Super Mega Mewtwo in June, and apparently. And like you have to bust through all these shields. It takes like hundreds of people to beat it. So they're opening up to these huge crowds, and they tested it during Kalos Tour, and like 4,500 people were in there. And then the raid started and it crashed, and all of these people are going, boo!
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But they did do another one later, and there was probably 2,600 people in that raid, and it kicked off.
So in
the
game, do you still just see like the four corners, or do you see
you definitely don't see like 2,000 people like.
That would be awesome if you could see everybody on the shoulder.
Yeah,
like just crowds of people on your phone.
Yeah, but you need all of these megas in the raid in order to bust through the shields, and you can't bust through them without the megas. So if people come in without them, or their megas are dead from the last raid, then you just fail, and it just whoops your ass.
Right.
But it was a good time, man, and that crowd is so much fun to play with, and everyone's so passionate, and everyone's having such a good time. I just love it. It was such a good time.
It's super cool. I have to say, like, and everybody in chat, like anybody in chat, does anybody play Pokemon Go? You guys answer for us. Tell us who anybody there played it or still playing it. I was never into Pokemon Go at all. When it came out,
you're a newbie, and you're like,
originally I got into it like, I don't know, Skeeva, it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago now. I think I started getting into it.
Yeah, we would go on trips, and me and Todd would be playing and catching stuff, and you'd be like, you guys playing that stupid game again?
And then, but then you know what happened was, but then Jasmine got into it, and we were at we went to like a Google event in New York City.
Yeah,
and she's like, we were walking down the street going to this dinner, and she was like, I have to. She's like, there's a Pokestop right here, and there's like people raiding in this place, and I got to go in. And I'm like, what? We're gonna stop in the middle of the street so you can do this? And she's like, yeah, I gotta do this. And I'm like, screw it. I'm like, finally, all right, forget it. I'll download the app. So like literally, I downloaded the app, and then now like our leadership team for Flat VR Studios, or most of us anyway, for Flat VR Studios and Impact Reality, we all try and play together. Because it's something that we can do as gaming together that's easy to do, right? Like it's you don't have to sit in front of a console and play. I can be anywhere. We travel a lot, so like there's when you go to different places in the world, you get to see different types of Pokemon. So it's kind of a cool thing for us. So like Skeeva's been doing it for years, Todd's been doing it for years, but for me it's fairly new. But I kind of got addicted to it. So I'm huge. Yeah, I'm like big into it now. Like
big into it, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a great game. Like when it first came out, all you could do is throw balls at Pokemon, and that was it. It wasn't the best game. You could nice. You could run around outside and play with your friends, and that's what made it so cool. And it's been Pokestops, but now there's raids, there's Dynamax, there's Gigantamax, there's Mega Pokemon, there's Super Mega Pokemon. There's like, it's become this huge thing. There's regionals and like there's so much to the game now. It's absolutely nuts with the buddy systems and just all of the best friends and the ultra friends and all this stuff. So they've really taken it to a whole new level since it first came out. After the first couple of years it was out, and it's really, really, really good game now.
It is,
but it is very expensive game to play because you can play this game free to play, but you can't do much free to play. Like if you really want to play this game and have a good time, you're gonna end up spending money, and that's one of the bummers about this game is it will drain your wallet.
Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. And now who owns it again? Now somebody just bought it. Was it
Scopely?
Scopely
bought it for billions.
Yeah, from
Niantic.
From Niantic. I'm amazed that Niantic would sell it. Like that they were still making money hand over fist with this game. So it's amazed that
they sold it when the game turned 9 years old. Like
right?
for Scopely to come out and go, I will buy this 9-year-old mobile game for $4 billion. Or was it $2 billion? I can't remember. I think it was $2 billion.
Either way,
what in the world? And now Scopely has purchased it for all of those billions of dollars, and now they keep adding to the game. They're like they keep doing new things to try to like make the game last longer and to give it more longevity, right? Which is good.
They almost immediately upped your max level, right?
Yeah, they did. They brought it from level 50 to level 80 now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they also prorated your existing level to kind of give you a little bit of a boost towards 80 based on whatever level you were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they wanted to make it so that you will level up more frequently, get more dopamine hits, and get more hooked on the game.
Yeah, you got to the higher levels, it took forever to level up.
Yeah. Well, and that's what it is. It is a dopamine hit. Like you find games like this that give you like finding like when you're raiding and you find that shiny, like or you find that hundo, it's super rare and you're not going to see them often, and you grab one and you're like, holy crap, and like you get excited, but it's one of those things that like just gets you stoked for doing it, or like being able to remote raid something that you don't see very often. There's Pokemon that don't come out very often, and then you're only able to raid them for a short period of time, and then they go away again. Or like what's going on now, Skeeva, which is there's a Pokemon out there, a primal Pokemon, two primal Pokemon that you have to have a certain candy to be able to evolve, right? And
primal Kyogre and primal Groudon are out right now, and they haven't been out for a couple of years.
So everyone's going nuts. Yeah. That's the dopamine, right? That's how they get you. They get you by giving you like very limited, rare access to things that it takes you a ton to get, and that you'll have to raid for hours sometimes to get what you want.
And you can trade things, but not all things. You can't trade hundos because the IVs get re-rolled on every Pokemon every time you trade, but you can get that ultra rare shiny and then trade it for something really hard to get or something from another country that you're not going to be able to get. So there's this whole trade culture as well, where you're negotiating with people and like, and if you trade with someone that you just met, it'll cost you millions of Stardust, and Stardust is the in-game currency, right? But as you progress in game with that person more and become best friends, the cost of trading goes way down, right? So like they incentivize you to play with people and to go out in real life and do these raids with people. I go to a raid night every Wednesday night at my local group, and there's sometimes 400 or 500 people there. Sometimes there's 100.
That you have a local group. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And where I am, unfortunately, there's an app called Campfire. It's a Pokemon app where you can go and you can find groups of people that are in your area, and there'll be events that you can join and go to. I've gone to Campfire. There's nobody doing anything in my area.
Same.
Pokemon, unfortunately, but it sounds like you have just a really cool area where you can go. Like we have no Pokemon group here, but I know that there are hotspots where you'll get a lot of people.
So much so that Scopely recognized our group and gave us what's called a campsite, and they loaded our area
Really?
with so many gyms and so many power spots. Now we can't even get through them all by the time the refreshes happen.
That's
So,
pretty awesome.
That's
yeah, it's a good time for sure. And the people, man, it's all about the people. You know, sometimes I go to raid nights where I have so many of that Pokemon, I don't need to go, but it's just hanging out with that community.
Right.
We are big, all of us here. We're all big into community, the
Mhm.
VR community, the tech community. We're just
Right.
like really big into like, you know, hanging out with people that have similar interests as us and trying to help the things that we love grow, right? And that's what Pokemon is great at. Pokemon Go is just great at community, getting people together, getting people to work together, and to get excited over the same thing. And it's just a damn good time.
It is.
Mandala
It's
in
super cool.
chat mentioned there's a Monster Hunter version that
Yeah.
came out with Niantic that I got big into.
Oh, did you?
Monster Hunter now, yeah, I'm 150 or something level or something like that. Like I
Wow.
really enjoy that one. It's same sort of deal. It's all about community. There's no campfire app, so there's no places to go, but there is kind of like Poke Gyms. There's that version inside Monster Hunter now, and
Mhm.
just battling these giant monsters. Like you really have to battle them with guns and bow and arrows and sabers and shields, and
Mm.
you're jumping all around the screen, and it's a lot more interactive than Pokemon Go, but it doesn't quite have the following, at least not yet.
Mhm.
But Niantic kept that one.
There's few things that that are as intensely followed as Pokemon.
Right.
The Pokemon IP makes more money than Disney, makes more money than like almost anything that you can think of. It is one of the biggest IPs on the planet. So you put that into anything and it's going to be successful. And Monster Hunter, while it does have a big following, does not even on the
Not
same
even close,
ballpark
no.
as Pokemon, right?
But it's neat because they did use the same map as the Pokemon map. So wherever there's a Pokemon gym, if you load up Monster Hunter now, there's
Oh, they kind of use the same geolocation spots. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I mean, it is amazing that you have a game that's 9 years, a mobile app that's 9 years old that
It's worth
hasn't probably
billions
changed
still.
much what it looks like, right? I mean, it looks looks pretty much the same now as it did 9 years ago, but you know, it's still super popular. Although our chat doesn't seem to think so. Not many people playing Pokemon Go in our app, but
We got more no's than yeses. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Well,
I
next
mean, look,
year,
for me, I didn't play at all. And the only reason I started playing was because, you know, you guys were playing and like, you know, we try and do these things together. It's important for us to have something to do together because we love the game together, but like how it's hard to like have with our schedules to be able to like, hey, I have time, you have time, let's get into a game together. But look,
and then on
every
our
day I send
Slack,
Steve a gift. You send me a gift every day. We will remote raid with each other, you know, from time to time. I'll see you raiding somewhere and I'll just like, oh, I'm going to go join Skeeva in this raid. And
the gifts thing that you just mentioned is really important too, because when you travel a lot, you get gifts from the place that you're at. And it's an actual picture of a cool building or a historical site or like all of these different really cool things that people find when they're out and about. And it becomes a Pokestop and you spend that stop and you get items, but you also get a gift you can send to a friend. And the thing that really hooked me wasn't even the Pokemon. It was we were traveling all over the place, right? So it was like finding these cool places and then sending a gift to my friends. Hey, check out where I'm at. And it gives you like a synopsis of what that place is, you know, maybe when it was made. And like, yeah, it's a full thing about like where you're at, right? And then plus you get all these Pokeballs and potions and like all of these things that come with it, right? So the gift giving part is really, really big. But I do love how that every once in a while in our Slack server, someone will ping everyone and be like, raid. And we all hop in and we try to, you know, do some big boss together. And we get to do it for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then you know we can go about
your day. Like you literally you can do it. You can do it like, you know, while you're working during the day. Take a minute and just do a quick raid. I did a quick raid while we were getting ready for the show. Like Skeeva was like, oh, we got the, you know, the what are the primal Kyogre and the primal Groudon. And I'm like, okay, I'll get one in before we go live. Before that debacle goes live. But I got a raid and that raid, the first raid I did, I grabbed a shiny, you know, which is awesome. And that's another thing that will pop up in
with a special background too.
Yeah, with a freaking cool special background. So like, you know, I mean that's just again that dopamine hit. Like, oh man, it just gave me a shiny. But like that, and that's the stuff that we'll put in our Slack chat too. Like every once in a while, like look, you know, you'll put a picture. Like, look at the freaking cool shiny I just got, or look at the cool hundo I just got. And people people love it. Like, and then again, it's the same thing. Like, you can play with people from around the world, right? Like, so like Myles is in our group and he plays with us a lot, you know, and like Natasha and Jasmine and Skeeva and Todd. You know, we kind of play all over the place, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, my lady's in the chat, Mash, saying, Mash, we're lucky friends right now, and she's gunning for that shiny Groudon.
Oh my God! I think Skeeva already glommed onto that one, but I don't know. I'd probably have to go with Autumn on that one, Skeeva. Sorry.
I tried to call dibs on it, but hey, you know,
I see some rock paper scissors in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll work on getting another one this week.
Nice.
Actually, it's only a couple of days.
You only have till tomorrow for them.
Yeah, those are gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. I love it, man. It's funny how you get hooked on small things. You know, that will just like grab onto you, and like you're like, again, we've been doing it now. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, for a year and a half or whatever, something like that. I'm enjoying it. I like it. But
another Niantic one that I got into with my daughter is Pikmin Bloom.
Oh yeah. I haven't played that one at all.
Where you grow these little Pikmin little guys that follow you around, and you go off and do raids. And again, it uses the same map as Pokemon. So wherever there's a Pokemon thing, there's either a flower that you can go and try to bloom. You have to actually go there, or there's like a mushroom that you have to.
Someone is at the front door.
Somebody's at your front door, Skeeva.
My front door.
Was it my door?
No, that was my door.
That was Todd's. It was Todd's door.
That's too funny.
So it's someone hunting Pokemon. They're like,
Yeah,
there's
right.
a Groudon in Todd's house.
Can we trade?
They're like, hey, we're doing this. That's the other thing I like too, though, is so it's weird. It used to always be, if you had a trade, if you wanted to trade with somebody, you had to be in person too. So it wasn't like, so you could have friends from around the world, right? But unless you saw them in person, you could not do trades with them. And that's something that Scopely just recently opened up, is these, you have to, so they upgraded your friends level. So now you have to, like, if you were maxed as a friend before, and now all of a sudden you weren't maxed anymore, there was another level that you have to get to be even higher friends. And then once you hit that level, it'll allow you to remote trade, which is pretty sick. Because now that means I have friends that are in Japan. Like, am I going to see them like very often? Like, but now you can do the remote trade.
So
but you got to work.
Because at some of these events, I'll post on Twitter or LinkedIn, hey, I'm going to be at GDC, or I'm going to be at AWE or whatever. And someone that I met 3 years ago or something would ping me and be like, yo, I'm going to be there too. We're lucky friends. Let's get that trade in. We're going to meet up, you know, and everyone's excited. And yeah, it's super fun. And for anyone that doesn't know, a lucky friend is after exchanging gifts and interacting with each other every day, you can hit this special thing for one trade called Lucky Friends, and you get a higher IV with higher hit points and higher defense and all that stuff, Pokemon, which makes it way better. Right. So when you get a lucky friend, you trade the really good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and try to bring up something that may be terrible into something that's incredible and super fun.
Yeah, super cool. And you know, Mr. Tasselhoff says here, my oldest catch Pokemon is 10/8 of 2017. When did it start?
July of 2017.
Wow.
Wait, 2016, or was it 2016? Let me check, because I started playing the day after.
Really? You were one day after it actually went live?
Yep.
Damn. How come you weren't on the first day, bro? What's the problem?
I don't know what my old. And I remember when Ski was looking for that. I remember during COVID, they changed all kinds of rules to kind of
to keep people from going out, because you weren't allowed to go out anymore.
So they no longer had to actually travel to the Pokestops. You could just find them on the map and click on them and spin the Pokestops without
cheating.
And doing battles and stuff too. That, you know, and it kind of pissed people off. I remember when they took it away again, because a lot of people
like, I got to go outside again.
No, people that got into Pokemon because of COVID and because of this game that you could play with community and not have to go anywhere because you couldn't. Now those people who are remote don't have any friends or don't have anywhere or Pokestops anywhere near in their towns and their cities.
Yeah.
Now none of them could play at all. So it was a double-edged sword between we helped everybody and then we're screwing half of you over because we're taking it all away.
During COVID, you could do unlimited remote raids.
Yeah.
Where if your friend was at a stop, you could remote in and join them in the raid. And then after the COVID started to, die down and everything started to go back to more normal times, they made it 5. So only 5 a day
Wow.
that you could remote. And now, since it was purchased for $2 billion, now it's up to 10. And then for special events, it's 30. This week, you can do 30 remote raids every day. And then this weekend, it's unlimited for Kalos Tour Global.
Oh, because Kalos Tour will be live this weekend, even though you did it in person. So you got to jump on it because you got a chance to do it in person, but it will be live this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be a global event where everyone can play this coming up weekend, and the remote raids will be unlimited. Now, that being said, you pay for the remote raids. You pay for a remote pass to be able to go into a remote raid that you're not physically at, or you can go there and play it for free. Only so many though, 1 to 2 a day. And then you can buy premium passes to get into the raid live there as well. So like I said, it is an expensive game, which makes it even more like you get something really cool and you grind it for it, and that person spent a whole bunch of money throwing passes at these raids and a whole lot of time, and you get something good, and then you want to trade it, and you gotta give them something good back. So
it's super cool. I love it. I there's a for me now, like when you see what Pokemon is, when you see the technology that we're heading into with like AR glasses and those types of things, I'm assuming that Scopely must be looking into what this looks like. You know what I mean? Like, and there is like an AR component to Pokemon now where you can kind of like use your phone to like see your own environment, and you could place one of your Pokemon in that environment and they'll kind of walk around in it. It's very cheesy. I don't think it's anything special. It's kind of weird, but the possibilities of what you could do with Pokemon Go and glasses now, when you start seeing display glasses, I think that could be super awesome. If you're walking down the street, Skeeva, and all of a sudden, if you have it on, and all of a sudden in your glasses, you saw an actual gym pop up like out of a freaking building, how cool would that be?
That would be so sick,
right?
And
And like,
coming out with that first.
who?
Snap.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, for sure. And Niantic had an R&D department where they did try to get this working in all day, outdoor glasses, and they just had a lot of problems with battery life and making the screen bright enough to be able to play outside in the sun. Because you can hold your phone up right now and you could find like a Pikachu in a bush or something, and it comes out and you're like, oh, cool, and throw a Pokeball at it, right? But being able to actually have that in glasses with spatial awareness, would be super sick. But the sun is very bright, and it makes for a really hard time seeing things with really good graphics, in a pair of AR glasses.
Yeah.
And then so you need a lot more battery life, and these things will die very, very quickly. And they did a lot of R&D on this, and they just weren't able to come up with something that they could put out publicly. But you never know. We're getting there. This is the year of the glasses now, right? We've made huge advancements in different types of AR and display glasses, and so maybe sometime in the next 5-10 years, we'll actually have something where you could go outside and actually get a full AR experience with Pokemon Go. That'd be so sick. Just what I need. Another reason to be.
I know. I think we're getting closer to that. I mean, 5 to 10 years. I mean, I think we could get the amount of nits that we're seeing now from the glasses that we even just have now, getting pretty damn close. Like I would say maybe within a year or two, I think we're close. Like we have stuff that we will see now that will use displays in sunlight and get decent images to where it's good enough to do something like this. Probably not this generation, maybe next generation. So maybe like 2 years.
When that time comes, I'm in trouble, guys.
Right.
Like if I see this stuff happening in my eyesight and other people don't, I'm just gonna be like, I play so much of this game.
You'd be talking to somebody, like, what?
Can you imagine?
Just walk away from somebody.
Dude, like I get it. Oh, there's a Pikachu behind you. I gotta go get it.
Oh my god!
You're like, that guy's crazy.
That's just Skeeva.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but that's not just Pokemon Go. That is going to happen with glasses already. Like, because I have the new Meta Ray-Ban displays, right? And I will get updates in my glasses, and I'll be reading a text message or I'll be reading a message from something else while I'm talking to somebody, and they don't know that I'm reading something else. And I am like, and they're like, "Are you listening to me?" And I'm like, "Yes, but I'm reading." I'm like, so it's like, it's just one of those other things that's vying for your attention. It's something you've got to kind of get used to, of like do I focus on who I'm talking to immediately right now, or do I tell them, hey, hang on a second, I'm seeing a message I need to read? Because it's a little awkward. I've had it happen to me a couple of times. I actually had it happen to me in a meeting where my wife, I was talking to somebody in a meeting with them on. We were talking about dates of scheduling something, and I said, "Yeah, I'll be home for such and such a date." And she heard me from the other room, and she messaged me to just say, "Hey, you're not home those days. We're going away." And then literally, I'm in the meeting talking, and I see it come through my glasses, so I had to take a second to read it. So it's happened to me a couple of times where your attention is stolen by something else. So we're gonna have issues with people not paying attention to people.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm reading an article from Wired Magazine about Sony's new headphones. To give
Through
you
your
an idea.
glasses?
Yeah.
So you're trying to prove to us that you're not
even
not
reality.
paying attention to
Pay
us.
freaking attention to the show, goddammit.
These are the even reality G2 glasses.
Which ones are the even reality ones? You finally got them.
I finally got them. Yeah.
How long did it take you to get them?
9 weeks.
9 weeks. Holy crap, dude. Would they take the slow boat or what?
I have no idea, but my God. And compared to the Meta glasses, the build quality is 5x. Like these are like titanium arm. There's no plastic on these anywhere.
Really?
Like, they're so comfortable. They're so tiny.
Yeah. How are the?
Wow.
So I did try these, by the way. I tried them when we were at CES.
I don't know if I can show you the
displays.
There. Yeah, you can see it in there.
Oh yeah, we can see it a little bit.
I can control it with my ring.
Oh yeah, cool.
Can you see it?
I see it a little bit. Yeah. Yep, I see it right there.
I think that's a reflection of
Or it's a reflection from your monitor. I can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a reflection from the monitor. No.
I see the Impact Reality.
I see the Impact Reality logo and the Flat VR logo.
Oh wait, I see some text in the right. Lens.
It's in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're monocular also, not binocular displays.
No, they're binocular displays.
They are binocular displays. Yeah, because I'm trying to remember. I tried so many freaking glasses at CES. I'm trying to remember all of them now, but I did try these.
So you can see if I just kind of hold them up, you can see.
Yeah, you can see the screens. Yep.
See the screen right there?
Yep.
Yeah.
So on each one, there's a screen at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a projector in the arm that projects onto that screen. It's not like the Meta glasses where it's like a liquid crystal display. It's just a projector that projects onto the. And the control
they're not color
on the edge. This is all tap control, just like the Meta.
And it's a monochrome display as opposed to the color.
It is. It's one color. It's just green.
Yep.
But it gives you all of the information that you need: GPS, text messaging, like all your notifications from your phone,
live translation. It has a conversate mode where I can turn that on. It pays attention to what's happening. It uses perplexity to give me talking points based on the conversation that we're having.
That's pretty nice.
It's pretty sick.
Really.
So as of right now, you know that when Todd's talking to you, he might be reading an article, but he's not watching porn in his glasses.
Yeah.
not yet. That's the next iteration of glasses.
Right. Now, yeah.
That's the next iteration. That's gonna that's gonna happen too.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're gonna be talking to some dude and he's gonna be like, yeah. You're like, oh no, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing in these glasses? It's coming.
They even have a teleprompter built in where you can load it up with a script.
Yeah.
Make a video as you're reading it. The teleprompter moves as you're reading.
I did try that feature too.
And
I didn't do it with even realities, but
as soon as you go off topic of the teleprompter, it'll pause, knowing that you're not saying the correct words. And then you can talk about whatever tangent you went on. And as soon as you start reading the words again, it just picks it right back up. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty slick.
That's incredible, man. Like when you're public speaking or when you're like recording a video, you know what I mean? And you're trying to do like,
at the camera,
like an ad placement or something, right? And you're trying to remember what you're supposed to say. That's so badass. Cause like I remember doing like a lot of this stuff for upload, you know, and like having to do the recording like 10 times before I got my line right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I could have just read it and I didn't have a teleprompter hooked up by my camera, and a lot of times you're on stage and you can't really see. Like maybe the teleprompter is a little too far away or like, but it's really nice to have talking points up in your glasses or to have the actual, what you're supposed to say and have it understand that you're actually saying those things, right? That's such a game changer. It's huge.
I have some friends in the military that do a lot of conventions and public talks and stuff. And they now have these.
Nice.
and absolutely love them because they
Sick.
just for that they can walk around on stage without having to be by their notes, and they constantly have, and they just do it in point form. It's whatever you want to type. So
Yeah.
whether it's your script or just bullet points. So he'll have bullet points up on his eyes, and then he can just, and it just seems like, oh my God, this guy's memorized everything.
Yeah.
When really he's reading it. Yeah. It's
Everybody's cheating. Everybody's cheating now.
And to control it, Todd, right? You're using a ring on your hand.
Yeah. So I have this ring on my index finger, and on the right side of it, it's hard to see. I'll do a video explaining all this, but there's a touchpad on the side where I can double tap, single tap, long press, swipe up and down to control everything I'm seeing.
It's very much similar to like what the Meta Ray-Bans, they have the wrist, right? So it's basically on your wrist.
Yeah.
And then you just use your thumb and your fingers to slide it here.
I do exactly the same thing by just touching the ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that with the armband for the Meta ones. Like that's my favorite. I hate rings.
Me
I have
too.
a really hard time with rings.
I bump it.
So,
and then the display turns on. If you just put your hand against your face, the heat from your face turns on the thing and the display turns on. So that part is a little bit of annoying. Like there, just turned on again, just from moving my hands around.
So you had your prescription put in these glasses already?
Yeah.
Or you order them with your prescription?
Order them with your prescription. Yeah.
Okay.
So goods and bads, they don't do progressive lenses. And I have a 3-tiered progressive prescription. So I had to get the bottom prescription removed from my glasses.
Really?
Which means anything like this close, I can't read it.
Screwed.
Totally screwed. Can't read it. Which means a lot of times if my phone is too close to my face, I can't read anything on my phone.
Yeah.
You sacrifice that though to wear these glasses.
I have to hold it like.
Yeah, I'm always doing that too. I'm always reading like on my phone far away.
So I contacted them to find out if I could get lens replacements, because now they do progressive. They didn't when I ordered them, but now they're offering extended shipping time, and it takes forever. But so I called them up. I'm like, can I replace these? Like, what's the cost to get my proper prescription? $950 in 12 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
12
and I have
weeks?
to send these back for the 12 weeks. It's not like they just give me a new set of lenses. I have to send the glasses back.
That's ridiculous.
$950 US and 12 weeks, and then they'll send them back. I was like, that's
12 weeks. Like
that's
crazy. What takes 12 weeks nowadays? 12 weeks?
And $1,000 for lenses? That's crazy. They were like $1,200 for the whole glasses.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just buy another pair.
I mean, thankfully, that's the biggest thing with me is like I've never had to like with any of the glasses I get from Meta or anything like that. I don't wear glasses, so I don't have a prescription. So I just get the glasses. I don't have to worry about doing the actual prescription part of the glass.
Meta was definitely better because there's no display like with the ones I have. They sent me a pair of G2. Like these are the newest Ray-Ban ones, which I do kind of like.
Yeah,
but they're so plasticky compared to these, man.
So I do love the new ones. So they did send thank you to the Quest Creator Program. They did send us like for a Christmas present. They sent the Quest Creator Program influencers. So the new Gen 2 Red Meta Ray-Bans, which was really nice for them to send it. Thank you very much. I got mine in the sunglasses, Todd, because I don't really have a true pair of sunglasses that were the Meta Ray-Bans, and I wanted I have the transition ones, and they're okay. But they never transition dark enough, especially for me here in Florida, to be really good sunglasses. Like they're passable if I need them, but like to have a really good pair of sunglasses. So I think I have like 4 pair now of the regular glasses. So I'm like, okay, well, just give me, because they asked you which ones you wanted, right? Which was great. So I had the sunglasses. I love them, dude. Like they're so freaking rad looking.
That's good. With me, I got lucky because I was late getting my size in that I needed, and they're like, we can't get you any lens specifics. You just get whatever you get, but you'll get the right size of frames. I'm like, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I don't care because I popped my lenses out of my other Ray-Ban glasses and popped them into the Gen 2s because they have prescription. Didn't matter what they sent me. I was going to replace them anyway. And they popped right in and worked great. These are the lenses from my old Ray-Ban glasses.
Oh yeah. Cause you just pop in and out. Yeah.
Yeah. They just pop in and out. So that was great.
Skeeva, you have a pair of the Meta Ray-Bans too, right?
I do.
Do you use them very often?
Well, you know what happened is I got some third-party prescription lenses put in, and they're not quite right, and they give me a headache.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah, so I just gotta get new prescriptions put in, and it's fine. I need new prescription anyways. I just gotta go optometrist and get what my new prescription is, and then I'll get new lenses put in there, and it'll be fine. But when I do wear them, I absolutely love them. I love having quickly accessible AI. I love being able to just have music playing out of my glasses, like as I go about my day. That's my favorite. I absolutely love that. I love just being able to pop on a call and not have to like throw in earbuds or like yell at my phone speakers. So there's so many things. I like being able to ask it questions. Like with my diet, I often look at labels or with my phone, I take a picture of the ingredients and I say, can I eat this? And it's just nice to just be able to look at something and ask the glasses if it's something I can eat, which is fantastic. There's so many use cases, and I truly do love them a lot. And I am really looking forward to getting, like maybe the pair that Todd has or the HTC ones, right? Because I really like to be able to switch the LLM. Like Todd's glasses, you can use Perplexity, is built right in, and Perplexity is my AI of choice. When it comes to being able to get quick information and instead of using Google and stuff like that. So the whole future of all of this stuff is really exciting, and just instant, fast information access. It's really good stuff. I'm a fan.
Oh yeah. Super cool. I'm loving the glasses, man. I'm loving the displays. The displays are a little beefy, the Meta displays, so I don't use them as much as I would want to. But
they're pretty monstrous.
But
for Gen 1, they're great.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, Gen 1, they're just gonna get smaller. It's the worst they'll ever be, right?
100%. Yeah. They're great. Like I do like them, and they're when I want to bring them out for use, that's when they're perfect, right? Like when I want to use them for something.
The battery on the Gen 2 is great, I must say.
Yeah, the battery's great.
I've noticed a huge
I love them. I'm super loving the sunglasses. I use them all the time. I'm living in Florida. I use them all the time now.
Yeah.
So I just keep them in my car and I switch over, and like it's great having sunglasses that I can use for everything that Skeeva just said. AI, phone, audio. I was at the baseball fields this past weekend with my daughter. She had a softball tournament, and basically I was out there all day long. And during some of the downtimes, had YouTube on, and I was just listening to YouTube, while I had.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Super cool. So I was like on my phone, I could look at the screen. I was watching one of my streamers that I watch play Arc Raiders, and just listening to it Bluetooth through my glasses. Great. Or whatever you want to do, listen to music, take a phone call. Just nice.
Audiobooks are great. I've listened to
audiobooks are great.
Of audiobooks last year on them.
Yep.
I love audiobooks.
Hack, how you doing, man? Hack the Game Cat jumping in.
Hey, what's up, Hack? Man, I'm telling you, optometrists are going to be like going into like a Verizon store in the future. It's not going to be like, hey, here's your prescription, pick some frames. It's gonna be like, oh, what processors in those glasses? What AI systems can I use in there? Like, how thin are they? What are the displays like? What are the nits like in the display? It's going to be very much like optometrists are also going to be little spatial computer dealers.
Yeah.
We're going to start moving away from phones and more into just having everything that we need just viewable in our line of sight when we want it there. It's a future I'm honestly super stoked about.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. I think I might have said this on one of our past episodes, but like recently my wife's cousin's son, with a young son, I think he's like 8 or 9, he had to get glasses for the first time, and they had to make a decision because they were going to get him. So he got a pair of Oakley glasses, but they did have glasses available that were AI glasses that would have gave him, everybody's making an AI glasses right now. So it's not like it's anybody. So they did have to think about it. And they were like, in the end, they're like, do we trust him? Like an 8-year-old kid with glasses that he might lose 3 times and like smash.
Yeah.
So they ended up not getting them, but like when I was asking them about it, they were like, we thought about it. Like we really thought about it for a period of time. So as they get more, common and inexpensive, I think you will see them. It won't even be a thought anymore. You'll just get them automatically. Even for young kids, you'll just get them.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the legit start of our cyborg future. We have these things on our face with unlimited information. We can know anything so fast. You know what I mean?
On my person now, I've got AI, Perplexity, I've got translation, teleprompter, all that crap. a ring that controls the whole thing, and an Atari 2600 on my wrist.
So
I love
okay,
that watch.
let's talk about this thing for a minute. Do you use this thing at all?
Yes, more than I'd like to admit. Dude, if you gotta, when we get together again, you gotta play Centipede on this thing. It's so much
Like,
fun.
what do you use for a controller? Is it?
It's got a
fun to
controller
use?
built into it.
Yeah, but like, it's like it works well.
Oh, it works great. If you're doing like Brick Breaker, you can actually touch the screen to move the thing across the bottom. Of Brick
Oh,
Breaker.
okay.
And if you're using Missile Command, you just poke wherever you want the missiles to launch.
Oh, that's cool.
And Centipede, you use the little dial to whip around on the.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Cool. I love
so much
that.
fun.
Man,
You're
I love
Atari.
Atari. That's so
Dude,
sick.
and it's got like
I do
the
love
old
Atari.
school band, like it's an old wood band. It's not.
Oh, like the
that's
wood grain
sick.
from the console.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
the
yeah, look at that.
2600. Oh, I love it. That's
With
so
the little
sick.
Atari logo. Oh, where is it?
Dude, I need that watch in my life.
I do love
It
the
is so
Atari
sick.
logo.
Yeah, dude, it is so. Oh, and it's got the Atari logo
Dude,
here.
if you're like an old school gamer, there is a permanent spot in your heart for Atari.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
Like
2600 on the
from the
strap.
consoles to the arcade machines to like, oh my god, Atari is like, I just
It was my first
love
console
Atari.
ever.
Yeah, me too. 2600 right
Yep.
here. Yeah.
That that's one of the reasons I geeked out so much over Pixel Rip 1986 or what
Right.
was it? Or
78.
78 in a Pixel Rip, yeah. Because we got into the game, right? And it was based on an Atari game. And we got our voices into that game with Arvery. And then they sent
all three of us, right?
Yeah,
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, did
No
you not get
Todd?
in?
No, I'm not in it.
Oh.
It's just me.
No,
That's
I was
boring.
not happy. It was just you.
Aw.
That's boring.
I got into some animal game where I was a goat. I can't remember what the game's
You
called.
were a goat?
Okay.
The
Well,
living room or something like
yeah,
that.
maybe you did get the better.
I was a goat. Yeah.
What did you do? Did you make goat
Logo
noises?
and a big goatee and a little Q2C collar.
Oh my
on.
god.
I
that's
need
so
this
funny.
game. Where is this
Oh
game?
yeah, I don't even remember this, so I was
Really
definitely
link me this game.
Oh yeah, I had to do we did a whole advertising campaign where I was, getting this headset shipped to me, and then I became a character in their game. And yeah, it's
That's so
Sick,
funny.
dude. Please send me a link. Seriously.
Yeah,
I will. I'll have to find it.
But I have the Atari cartridge they sent out from that. Remember?
Oh,
Skeeva?
I do too.
Oh,
from,
cool.
Pixel Ripped. Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually made like an Atari cartridge that I don't think it
sick.
worked. It might have. It didn't work. I don't think. I think it was just like a.
Right
Did
there.
it work? Does it
On
do
the-
it?
I don't think
This
it.
is an-
I mean, it could have. I wouldn't have one to try it on, but I don't think it does. I think it's
No,
just
it doesn't. So there's no circuit board inside. This
Yeah.
is an actual Atari cartridge. And I was talking to Anna from Arvery, and they actually took this from their supply at Atari, and they printed the labels just like on an actual. But they just never put the card in for the game.
Yeah.
So it's just a hollow cartridge, but it's legit. I mean, it's an actual shell from an Atari 2600
cool.
game.
I think I have an extra one, Todd. If you didn't get one, I think I have one. I can.
Yeah, I
give you.
didn't. I'd love one on my wall. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I think I can give you.
Yeah,
one.
this is
Yeah,
great, man. I actually pulled out an Atari 2600 just to display it with this inside because it
Oh,
fits
yeah.
in
No
there.
way! Just stick it in
Mhm.
there. That's
Yep.
so cool.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. It was a great game too. If anybody hasn't played it, go check out that game.
The whole
And
series is
fantastic.
great.
And you can hear some cool people in there. So like there's one part of the game where you're in like you're supposed to be like in the Atari offices back in the 70s, and you answer the phone and you hear some different influencers on the phone. I think like Nathy is in there. I think Skeeva was in there. I was in there.
Gamertag in there?
I
Maybe
think Gamertag's in there.
I thought he was. Maybe Mike. even?
Mike VR Oasis is in there. Kaz and
Yeah.
Cherry are in there.
Yeah, sure.
There was a few in there. It was a fun thing that they did. I thought it was super cool, and we're immortalized, Skeeva, in
Dude,
the game.
like there are certain things that if I had a time machine, I would go back to little kid me and be like, bro,
Right?
you are in an Atari game. And then just like get back on my time machine and leave. And just leave me like, no way, the future's sick.
There are certain things that we do now, or I do now with what we do for a living, that I just go,
Yeah.
how the fuck is this happening right now? Like,
Yeah.
so I was at Dice Summit, which is a gaming conference in Las Vegas every year. They do it in at the beginning of February. Yeah, right.
Huh? Yeah, you were just there.
Like
Yeah.
last week of January, first week of February. It's a gaming conference there, not just VR gaming. It's traditional gaming. There are VR people there, of course, because it's all gaming, but it's all gaming, right? So it's a very big conference. And like I'm there, and me and Jasmine are there, and we have breakfast with Shuhei Yoshida. Like, so if you watch some of our past episodes, I was talking about I went to Japan with Will, and we were at this party, and like Shuhei happens to be at this party. Will's talking to him at the bar for like an hour, and he never tells me, so I never get a chance to meet him at this bar. Like, and I was at a different part of the bar at a different party, and he never went and got me. And I'm like, dude, it's freaking Shuhei Yoshida. Come get me, and I'll talk to him. So we were going to Dice. I saw he was going to Dice. I just happened to reach out to him on LinkedIn, and I'm like, hey, love you. You're big fan. Just want to say I appreciate everything you do for the VR industry, and no agenda. Just
and all of gaming since
yeah, 100%.
PlayStation 1.
My love for this guy didn't start with VR. My love for this guy started because he was employee 33 at freaking Sony. He was president of Sony Japan. He was president of Sony, all of Sony Entertainment at one point. Spearheaded the PlayStation VR 1 and the VR 2. This guy is like he's one of my heroes, right? Like literally one of my heroes. And I just reached out to him and just said, love who you are, love what you do. Just want to say I appreciate you. No agenda. Just want to reach out and say hi. And he's like, I see you're going to Dice. He goes, you want to have breakfast when we're at Dice and hang out? And I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, really? So just super cool. But like those are the pinch me moments that you're talking
and Mash, it wasn't like 20, 30 people from a company and him. It's like you and Jasmine and Shuhei.
That's all it was. The three of us
Crazy.
just having breakfast in the morning. It was one of the coolest freaking things, man. And literally, we're sitting there, and we're telling him like who we are, what we do. And he kind of knew who we were already. Like we have asked him to kind of do a couple of Sony events. Like we did PSVR 2 Day last year, around some game launches, and he was kind enough to record a video. This is the first time we were meeting in person. But literally at one point we're sitting there talking to him about our games, and we were talking about RoboQuest VR on PlayStation. And then we're going through like how proud we are of like RoboQuest, and like we just love it. And like we're like, it was one of the proudest moments. And I see he's on his phone, and I'm talking, Jasmine's talking, and he's just on his phone, and I'm like, holy shit, I think we lost him. Because he's like, he must be completely bored with us, because like now all of a sudden he's just like completely engrossed in his phone. He's not even looking at us. I didn't know what I was like, oh my God, did I say something wrong? And then literally he looks up at me and he smiles, and he turns the phone around, Skeeva and Todd, and he shows me, he goes, I just bought your game. I just bought RoboQuest on PlayStation. RoboQuest.
Oh, no way. Sick.
So like literally we're talking about it, and he's like, I just want to go buy it for you guys. And like, and then like, it's so cool. And like,
I love that. I love that.
Just had some really kind words. Yeah, no, super great. Just had some really kind words about us, about what we're doing. He knew who we are. He's loves that we're championing, a lot of what's going on with PlayStation VR 2, but gaming in general. Like, of course he's still involved heavily with Sony, as I'm sure an advisor. He has his own company now where he just advises smaller indie games, but just in gaming in general and VR, like he's a huge virtual reality fan. And like, he's like, please send me any games that you're working on. I'd love to like give you my feedback, or like, help in any way, and, support in any way that we can for future PlayStation events or anything that we had. So, those are the super cool things that we get to do now that I'm just like, holy crap. Like, holy crap. Yeah. It's like us sitting there talking to Palmer Luckey, or you getting to talk to Brett Leonard, who was the director of, Lawnmower Man.
It's wild, man, because like so many people go to work conferences and they have fun, they talk to people in their industry, but we're going to these things and we're talking to legends that were our heroes, and now we're in the same room as these people and like talking about what we're doing, and they're genuinely excited and like want to work with us and help with our projects. And it's just wild, man. It's truly an amazing thing, and I am personally so grateful. Just have so much gratitude for being able to just be in the video game world. You know what I mean? It's meant so much to me since I was a little kid to be just gaming. It's how I connect with people. It's what it's fun. It's like, and just to be in here, I'm just every day I wake up and I'm just thankful. You
know what the coolest thing is now, and these are moments where like even for myself, I'm like, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand some of these things because there are people now who are talking to us or messaging us or who see us at a conference and they're like, that we're their geek out moment, which just blows me away. Like, and like sometimes I have these like, I mean, I think we all get sometimes these things of like, I don't know what to call it, the imposter syndrome, if you want to call it something like that, where like, like people are like talking to us, like, you know, like, man, just meeting you or like being able to come over and say hi. Like we were at Gamescom and we had a kid come over who was a huge, you know, flat to VR modding community fan. And he came over and just was like, can I shake your hand? And like, he was so nervous, like literally he was shaking. He was so nervous. And it was just, I'm like, holy crap, man. It was just, I'm like, you don't be nervous. I'm like, you're fine. And
I remember I did a talk at AWE in 2024 and I did it with Cass and Sherry.
I know, it was great.
It was a great talk, and get off the stage and we're, you know, kibitzing with all the people that were putting the show on or whatever. And one of them taps me on the shoulder and is like, there's someone behind you that's been waiting since you got off stage. And I was like, what? And turn around and there was somebody there who just wanted to say hello and shake my hand and knew us from Q2C. And I was like, yeah, just blown away.
It's funny. And look, you know, we don't recognize ourselves as those things. And, and it's funny that we started talking about this because this happened to me today. And I want to kind of call this person out because I got a message on Messenger today, and it was from this person. I'll put him out here, point him out. Robert Madsen. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Thank you for your message. It was just, and I don't accept a lot of messages just from anybody, but I looked at it and I'm like, okay, I'm going to accept this one. And it just says, it's in quotes. It says, never give up on your dreams. And it says, thank you for your inspiration. I'm a 64-year-old man living my dream as a game developer. So and he just took one of my quotes as, you know, I had said, you know, never give up on your dreams. And those are the things that like you get a message from this and I'm like, holy crap. Like really, I'm just like, man,
if you can inspire one person to live their dream and to go out and do the thing that they're passionate about and be part of that, then it's worth a lot of these sleepless nights and the stress of every day.
100%.
You know?
It is. And those, but like for me, those are those moments. I know you guys get the same moments where people, you know, happened to Myles Dyer. Me and Myles were traveling from Florida to San Francisco for GDC last year. So he was at my house. He hung out here for a little bit, and then we traveled together to the GDC. We were traveling through the airport, and he just happened to somebody caught him and was like, "Oh my God, Myles, I'm a huge fan." And then like he's like, "Can I give you a hug?" And the guy was like, you know, because Myles is all about a lot of like mental health and like wellness and well-being. And the guy was just like, you know, you got me through a really tough time, and like, you know, you were talking about like some personal things in your channel that really helped me through some. Like it was like one of the like I was almost crying at like watching this thing. I was like, holy crap! And Myles got done and he was like, "That's never happened to me before." And I'm like, "You sure? Like you're just bullshitting me now, right?" Because like it seemed like it happened to him all the time, but like literally just somebody caught him in an airport, just saw him and was like, "Holy crap!" You know, we were going through like Atlanta or something.
Myles Dyer is a genuinely beautiful, wonderful human being. And I just think the world of him. He's phenomenal, and everything that he does. He's so caring, and like you said, he has been very, very open on his YouTube channel about challenges that have happened in his life and hard times. And you know, it's sometimes it's important to share those things because it does help other people realize that, you know, other people are going through hard times too, and then they got through them, and it's just really great that he's been able to do that and open up and help people. And that's rad that person came over and let him know just how much that meant.
It was super cool. Small things mean a lot to people, like literally like small things like that. Like they, again, you said like they get you through the tough times and through the tough days. And like, you know, small things. I get messages all the time about our show or about our channel, about Flat to VR constantly now. Like, thank you for doing this. Thank you for bringing this game. You know, I'm having so much fun in your game. I've gotten them where like, hey, I'm going through a tough time right now. Just playing the game that you're working on has been, that you made has been getting me through stuff. Watching the show, like, I love your show. Look forward to it every Tuesday. Gets me through some things. It's tough to realize.
If it gets people through it, we should probably try to do a show every Tuesday.
It would be nice, right? It would be nice. We almost didn't do it today. Like literally, I'm like, guys, we have no thumbnail. Like it's 2:00. Are we doing this? It's just not. It's hard, right? Like, look, it's hard. But I love doing the show. I want to continue to do it. I think we'll definitely should be able to do it next week. The week after, I don't think we'll be able to do it because we'll be at GDC, and that's coming up. GDC is coming up already, right around the corner. Like literally, it feels like it was just here. But yeah, GDC, the Game Developers Conference, will be March 9th. So that week we will definitely not be able to do it unless you guys want to do a show. Challenge you to do a show while I was gone last time. You guys didn't do it.
Well,
I was down, and Todd was like, I'm not done with the thing.
I was building some AI things with OpenClaw, and I was like, you know what? I just want to show off all this cool stuff that I'm doing, so maybe we should wait, because I don't want to show half of what it's doing. And then, like 6 days after that, all of it broke.
No way.
Oh, wow, really?
On Sunday.
You bjorked it all.
OpenClaw completely crashed. The backup was corrupt. I lost everything that I did.
Oh, you did tell me about that, and you said that's why you're going to Claude Code now. That's why you went to Claude Code, right? Out of OpenClaw.
Yeah, so I switched. I still have an OpenClaw instance running. I'm definitely spending way less time in there. I switched to Claude Code for a bunch of, brainstorming things. It has a totally different kind of use case.
Yeah,
some things can be, with skills or something, you can kind of do what you can do with both in the browser attachment and things like that help you control your computer and do a little bit more. But Claude Code's definitely a safer avenue to travel down than the OpenClaw. And I've recently gone into PicoClaw, which is like a Chinese knockoff. Uses 10 times less resources than
I love
OpenClaw.
that Chinese knockoff called Pico.
I
know. That doesn't have to do anything with the headset.
I wonder if that was on the nose, right? Like, I don't know what.
That's so funny.
Dang, so you weren't able to restore any of the stuff that you were doing in OpenClaw? You didn't have backups?
Oh, and I have a whole bunch of backups, and I do have a backup that I restored to that was good, but between that backup and the corrupted backup is when I did a bulk of my work. And so
dang, I want to know what you were working on. It sounded like it was going to be cool.
It was pretty sick. It was all voice automation. So and I had it so that he could talk to the show, and it doesn't work. Now. Yeah.
Who could talk to the show?
So much time.
OpenClaw.
OpenClaw was going to be able to talk to the show?
Yeah, I had it set up as a
voice so that we actually go live in every channel when we want at one time. That'd be great.
I doubt it. It's good, but it's not that good.
We get into where we do an opening that doesn't completely suck one week. That'd be awesome.
But I could have had him on a voice channel and I tested it. It all worked, and you guys could have talked with it, and it was pretty sick. But
dang it.
It took me over 100 hours to make.
Get to work on it.
Oh my god, 100 hours!
I spent countless days of sleepless nights.
You didn't tell us all this.
It was so much work, and I spent so much money on fucking tokens. Oh my god!
Oh no!
All that token burn money gone. I can't get any of it back. Yeah, I was so mad on Sunday.
All right, I want to read a couple things here on chat. Haruku says, "Oh snap, I'm late. Also seeing your B haptics in the background reminded me I need to pester Todd. Todd, have you not sent Haruku his B haptics?
It's right there. God damn,
what's the matter with you, bro? That was like months ago.
I never leave my house.
You know what I've been like.
I promise. I have to leave my house on Friday.
I actually have to leave my house. You know what I've been testing? Is this bad boy? I'm getting ready to. It's not on.
Hold the red button.
Oh, is it the Pro Tube?
Can you hear that? Ooh. It is super cool, man. I love this. I'm gonna love this thing. I want to test it with RoboQuest, and I want to test it with another game that we have coming out that I don't know if a lot of people are kind of like taking notice of, but Wrath Aeon of Ruin is coming soon. Like, we haven't officially announced when it's coming, but it's coming soon. So take note, everybody, right now. Go to your platform of choice. You can either wish list, or you're about to be, I think, able to pre-order on Quest. Hopefully Quest and PlayStation will be able to wish list and pre-order coming up soon. But you can wish list right now. Wrath, Aeon of Ruin is coming out, and it will be compatible with this baby.
That thing is so sick. Like I'm kind of shocked it took this long for someone to come up with a weapon haptic thingy attachment.
Have you been messing with it with this part? Like I haven't.
No, I haven't yet.
Kind of clicks that. So this basically this clips into here, like, and then you can make it into like a full on gun stock at that point. That's gonna be cool.
But it doesn't need anything. It doesn't connect to your headset.
Well,
there's nothing.
So I talked to them today. Actually, I had a meeting with them today. You can. There is a way that so you don't have to use any kind of Bluetooth, but there is a way that you can Bluetooth connectivity to it to your headset directly. To if it's a game that like it has it like built into it, you can.
I wonder why you would need to though.
Don't know.
I'll have to try. I'll have to experiment more. But with the other one, right? With this one, it only works if it's Bluetoothed.
Yeah, right.
And I never got it to work.
You never got it to actually hook up?
Never. I spent 20 hours with them.
Oh, thank God I didn't mess with it. I have it sitting back there, but I never messed with it at all.
You would have broken yours in frustration. It is so cool. It is so heavy. It is sick, but
it is. It feels like a real gun. Yeah. Actually, which is weird.
But that one, you don't need nothing. You just put your controller.
No, this is great. This thing's great. Yeah, you just stick your Quest controller in here, and then just the trigger hits this trigger hits the trigger of the Quest controller, and
so I have the original version of that from 2 years ago, and I never got it to work.
Yeah,
it was really difficult. The software was really tough, and I tried, and I really wanted it to work. So I'm glad they have come so far. With this. I think that's awesome.
They have. They're getting there. I want to read out a couple more of these. Haruko said he's like easy fix live stream at GDC. Easy peasy. I tried to doing that. I remember I used to do this. I used to live stream wherever I went. I ended up like missing events to go home and live stream with Todd, and I'm like,
and then it was always shitty quality because you're in your hotel room on a laptop.
Right. Sounds like shit with bad internet.
Terrible. Mm-hmm. Sometimes Stephanie's walking in the background because you're in a hotel room.
Naked,
it's not like you're
naked in the hotel room in the background.
Those are our best episodes.
Exactly, they get the best views. Corey 2016 says, "I love Myles Dyer. I respect him so much. He's so awesome, just like Brian Paul. They are both great people for sure."
I love Brian Paul.
Yeah,
rad dude.
I love Myles. I love that we all get to work with Myles every day. Myles works with us at Impact Reality. He's our social media director. Handles all social media for our published games, for our internal developed games, and then all of our clients' games. He has a great team there that works with him, and it's great to see him every day.
Super talented.
Really. We have some amazing people like Wes Dillon from Virtual Strangers is he is head of PR for Impact Reality. Get to work with him every day, which is great, and we got a lot of amazing people on our team for sure. And Haruko is one of them here. Haruko in our chat is one of them.
Damien Ruffy as well from Rough Talk.
Yeah, Damien Ruffy. We got shit. We got the podcast cornered, man.
Yeah, for real.
Podcast host cornered. I was talking. I was in a meeting with Myles and Damien today, this afternoon, and I was just busting on Damien. I'm like, "You have a podcast?" He's like, yeah. I've got. And he's like, he said something like him and his dad have to record this weekend. I'm like, yeah, you got a podcast? That's cute. You got a podcast? That's cute. He's got a great podcast too. Like he really does.
I love Rough Talk VR. That's really good stuff.
Yep.
Very talented guys.
Let's see what else. Any news on CD Projekt Red has responded to Flat to VR's offer to make an official VR port of Cyberpunk 2027. So that Flat to VR offer that you saw on Twitter was directly me. Reached out and said that we would love to do this, and I gave him the googly eyes and like come talk to me, and we'll just say no comment for right now. Can't comment.
I remember a couple of years ago we were at what conference were we at? And we ended up finding a bunch of those guys at a Polish party, and then ended up getting
it was GDC.
Was it GDC?
Polish party.
Yeah. And then got invites to go see the animated movie, and those guys were great, man. They were a lot of fun, a lot of good people there.
And they have great Polish food there. Remember?
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Remember,
That
it was
was
like in a
amazing.
Polish community center. Like
It was Polish. That was a fun night.
It was cool.
It was.
That was a fun night.
It
I
was.
think a few of us in our group got pretty ripped that night too. By the way,
I remember people falling down in the middle of the
Oh
road
my
that day.
God.
you remember?
Yeah.
You remember that, Skeeva?
Oh, I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
That's probably like 4 or 5 years.
That's a long
5
time
years
ago. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Has to be like 4 or 5 years ago now. Damn,
Yeah.
long time.
Was that
Area
before
51 says
Impact Reality?
metal. That was before Impact Reality.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was before Impact. Yeah.
Wow.
yep. Well before. Yeah.
Sometimes I forget there was life before
Life
Impact.
before
Right.
Impact Reality. What, Life before Flat to VR Studios.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Wild. Super wild.
That it does seem like a different lifetime ago.
It does.
Literally does. Like I mean, me and you met at CES for the first time in person 7 years ago.
Was it 2020? Right as we were hearing things about some weird super virus in China, and we're like, oh man, we're going to this conference. There's gonna be all kinds of people from
Remember
China.
that? Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man. And then all of a sudden, a couple months after CES, it just exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah. Wow.
Ground zero right there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
That's
probably
probably where most would spread from.
Yep. CES.
Yeah.
Probably. I got so sick after that. I think
Yeah, I remember that.
Mhm. Yeah, same too. I remember getting super sick.
yeah.
Twisted Metal VR would be very cool. I would love to see Twisted Metal VR.
That would be sick. I love Twisted Metal, and it's a good show too. The Twisted
I
Metal
haven't
TV
watched it.
show
It's good?
It's really good. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, super cool. I would love to check that out. All right, cool. Guys, AI is going to steal your job. Let's talk about this. Is AI really going to steal our jobs? Like, actually, before we get to that, I want to cover ARC creators. I know we didn't talk about ARC creators like in the thumbnail or anything, but Expedition 2 is about to happen for ARC creators. And I know there's a lot in the community who do play ARC creators. I'm completely still enamored and in love with ARC creators. Like, I cannot get enough of it. I cannot stop playing it. Over 300 hours in ARC creators now. It's quickly become one of my favorite games of all time. The Expedition is their wipe. If you don't know, if you ever heard what it is. So instead of doing an actual wipe where they force everybody to start over again, they do this thing called the Expedition, where you can take your character, if you have leveled him up enough, and if you have enough money saved up, and you go and collect all these certain things that you need to take and put into your going away like capsule that you're gonna journey in. You're able to do an expedition, which is basically you're wiping. You're going to send your main character off into the sunset, and you're gonna start over with a brand new character. But it gives you some perks to do so. So when you come back, you'll be able to earn some different things and better things that you'll be able to level up with better in the next one. And they only do it every so often. The first one they did was in December. And I missed it because I wasn't playing yet, or I just started playing. And then they're about to open the new one on March 1st. So like literally everybody, there's a window. They open it up as a 7-day window. Anybody who has achieved the things that you need to achieve can do the expedition. And what it is there's a skill tree, Skeeva, where you have 3 different paths of a skill tree, and there's a whole bunch of things that you can unlock and open up with these skill trees. But you can't max it out and fill it currently. So you're always going to be short. You're always going to have to choose which ones you want, and you're going to leave about 40 to 50 skill points open because they're just
that many.
Yeah, so you cannot max it out right now. So one of the perks of doing the expedition is sending your character on and wiping and starting from scratch is when you come back, if you had enough money, which right now you need the first expedition you needed 6 million in space coins, or the currency that you use there. Between that and whatever is in your inventory, the value of your inventory, you need 6 million. This time you only need 3 million to do it. But if you have that money and you do the expedition, you get 5 extra skill points. So I think it's like you get 75. You get 75 skill points because it's 75 levels. You get one skill point for every level. So you'll get 5 extra. Now you'll have 80 skill points to use. And then if you did the first one, you got an extra 5 there. So now you'd have 90. Now you can't make it up. which just sucks. I can't. So I missed the first one. I'm not going to ever be able to get. There may be something they do down the road that allows you to like catch up, but right now you can't if you did not do the first expedition. But
Yeah.
so
So
it's
this is
like,
a prestige system. Is
exactly
pretty much what this is.
prestige and like Call of Duty or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So you build up your skill tree and you get the points to build it up. But when you prestige and you wipe your progress, do you keep the skill tree progress that you made, or do you just get the extra points that you can
Just
then
get the
start to
extra
build back up
points.
again?
Yeah. So like
You start out with those 5?
Yeah, so you'll start out with 5 before you do
Okay.
anything. So you'll get 5 immediate points. You can
Ah.
pop your 5 in, and then you'll go the 75. You'll get 1 point for every level you do at 75 level. So you'll have to build it out again. So you can change it this time, which is cool too. Because like
That's cool.
first time I didn't understand like all the things, and there's like things I didn't get. Like there's different skills that I think I would like to get this time, and I want to change it. I want to do something different. But it's nice that they give you the choice. So a game like Tarkov wipes all the time, and they don't give anybody the choice. Like you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose everything and start over every whatever. It's not a set time. They do it whenever they want, and they completely wipe, and you start from scratch. Just the way it is.
Does Ghost of War do that as well?
Yes, Ghost of War does do that. Yes,
It's a mandatory wipe too. Yeah.
But like with Call of Duty, for example, right? You hit a certain level and you choose when to prestige as well.
Yeah, 55. You have to finish level 55, and then you can prestige 10 times. And after the 10th time, then your 55 goes to 56 finally, and 57. Then you just keep going up to 1,000.
Yep. I'm curious to see how they keep going after this, because at some point you're going to run out of, you're gonna max skill tree, and what do they do then? Like you're gonna
add to the skill tree.
I was gonna say maybe they just add to the skill tree. That would be the smartest thing. And make different perks that you can get.
That'll be the expansion pack you have to buy.
Yeah, you could. There's a lot of things you could do, right? You could add new skills to each branch. You could start different branches for different types of skills. You could branch off from the midpoints. There's a lot. Like I think they're really smart over there. They can really. I think they're going to do some really cool things down the road to really bring more and more value to that game. And I hope one day one of them is VR, because then I'll play more.
Me too.
Yeah,
man. If they ever been this in VR, game over. You guys would have to find a new COO for the company, because I'd be out.
Yeah, we just run the company from in the game. I'd be there.
You would have to, because I'd be done. Like literally, I mean, I'm 300 hours in the flat game. Could you imagine if they made it in VR?
Oh my god.
That's what Cloud Code's for. By the time they make a VR port, we'll have Cloud Code mastered, and we can play games all day.
This is master. I'm gonna have Skeeva, Jasmine, and Elliot work on how to like optimize and automate all my shit, so I can just play Arc Raiders and be done. Literally. I'm gonna go play tonight. I play almost every night, at least for a few hours. I am going to do the expedition. I'm definitely starting over again, and it's like going to be daunting, because you have to start all like you cannot get certain weapons until you find the blueprint for the weapon. So I'm gonna have to I'm giving everything up that I have to start over again, and you start up with 0 skills. So when you go back into the game now, you're going to suck for a certain amount of time before you're able to skill tree yourself back up again. So that means that every other player that did not expedite is going to fucking kick your ass. Like they're gonna win every fight. They're gonna have the best guns. They're gonna have the ultimate skills. So their movement's gonna be faster, and they're gonna be able to take more damage. And like there's no you're when you come back after the expedition and start from 0, it's not like starting from 0 with everybody. Like with Tarkov, like everybody is starting from 0, so it's kind of even again. Here's not the case. You're going to have a legitimate, probably half probably half or more that don't do the expedition, and they're just going to kick your ass. So there's a special skin that you can also get too, and you only get the skin if you do the expedition. And like people were wearing it during the first one, and they were just getting mowed, because as soon as you saw that skin, you're like, easy kill. I'm going to kill that guy and just take all of his stuff. Because they're
right. That's like an advert or a banner you're walking around with. Look at me, I'm new.
Very quickly, everybody got rid of those skins. We're like, I'm not wearing that skin anymore, because it was supposed to be like a badge of honor, but like, and and also there's a couple. One of the things they do is they give you more stash space. So you can max out of space in your stash at 280 spots. So you can have 280 items in your stash. They give you, I don't remember what the number is, but they give you more stash space also. So now you're able to, and stash space is a freaking problem. I'm telling you, like right now where I am, like I'm constantly having to sell shit that I need, or like break down stuff I need. and I can't keep enough, like, because you want to keep all your kick-ass weapons. So you want to keep as many good weapons as you have. I want to keep all the mods for the weapons that I need to like mod them up. So I'm just constantly short on space. I hate it.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
awesome. It's part of the game.
smart
Like,
though. It's smart because in any game, when you get too many awesome things in your OP, you start losing interest in the game. So to keep it to that point where you have to decide, like, what awesome shit am I going to shred,
Yeah.
is actually really good. It's really
Yeah.
good making hard decisions.
I saw
It
this
is.
guy on TikTok who does these videos who he pretends to augment your weapon for you. He's super friendly. He's got a British accent. He hops around, shoots fireworks, and then he's like, "Give me your weapon, and I'll give you a surprise, and I'll modify it for you." And all these people are like, "Okay," and they give him this gun. He puts it in his inventory, recycles it, and then just dumps all the shit on the ground.
Oh no! Oh my god! Can you imagine? You give him like the
What did you just do?
Oh
like
my
a volcano rifle or the Jupiter
I
rifle, which is
crack
like the
up
biggest
every
badass
time I
weapons in
see
the
it.
game. Oh my
Oh
god!
my
So funny.
god. Dang.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I'm excited. Like, this has kept me, like, I've been like really pushing towards grinding for the expedition. It's not easy to get. Like, you have to, like, what happens is, like, you have to gain so many in-game items. So you have to raid and loot certain items to build your module, to build your pod that you're going to travel in. So and you have a little room where you see your pod being built, which is cool. Every time you drop an item in, or you have like 6 levels of items that you have to do. So every time you clear a level of items, you see a little piece of your pod being built more. And then you do like level 2 all the way through 6. You see it get closer, and then all of a sudden you hit 6, and now you see your whole pod built and ready to go.
Man, I love that. That adds a whole new piece of of understanding to why this whole thing is happening. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
when this stuff started, when games started doing this, you just clicked a button and it didn't really make any sense of why you were starting over and
Yep.
why you were prestiging. And now, like, it's part of the story. And you can see this thing that's happening, and this thing that this vehicle that you're creating to be able to go on this expedition. I think that's super rad. What a cool way to do this.
Yeah.
I
It is.
really like that.
And they have a new event that just started now too. They have this, they're like hurricane events or tornado events. So they had the freeze event where if you went in, you got hypothermia.
Right.
If you stayed outside long enough, you got hypothermia and you started to die.
Yeah.
Then they had these electromagnetic storm events to where there's like every couple of like seconds, there's a lightning strike near you that if you get hit with, it will freaking kill you. And then now they have these hurricane events, which I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I went out last night, so I didn't get a chance to play. But they just dropped a brand new update. It's got 3 new types of arc, that like the robotic arc.
Yeah.
And then they have beards now in the game, so they didn't have beards as a facial
Sick.
feature.
That's cool.
They added
Yeah, I
beards.
looked through them. I was looking for my beard the whole
Yeah.
time. I was like,
Yep.
I hate it when they don't have my beard in games.
Yep. So now you can do that in game. They nerfed a whole bunch of weapons. They buffed a couple weapons that were a little bit overpowered. They have a couple of new outfits that you can get, and what else? Oh, the damn battlegrounds, which is one of the main maps that everybody usually starts out with. They have some new. They expanded the map a little bit, so they have some new locations there. It's one of the bigger maps too. So. Looking forward to checking it out. They're keeping it fresh. They're definitely keeping it fresh with the updates.
That's cool.
Cool. I love to hear that. I like.
Yeah.
It's important for games like this to keep people interested and keep the player count up, so it continues to be fun for everyone. And it sounds like this very talented team over at that studio, and I can't wait to see the things that they do in the future.
Yeah, I mean, Embark is freaking awesome, dude. Yeah. Okay, so let me go through the patch notes. It's called Shrouded Sky Patch, which is awesome. They keep coming up with these names of the patches, which is they're not just patches, they're literally like add-ons to the game. So Hurricane Map Condition, 2 new arc enemies. I said 3 is 2. Weather Monitoring System for Seasonal Player Project. I don't know what that is. Weather Monitoring System for Seasonal Player Project. They have a free Raider deck. So I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe like a new Raider deck. So the decks are like decks that have like they're like in Hell Divers. They have stuff that you can purchase like cosmetics in a deck, right? And then you can use them like So it must be a free raider deck. Damn Battlegrounds map update, which I told you about. Expedition window, which is the window for the expedition is coming. Facial hair customization. So they weapon balance the Stitcher, the Kettle, the Venator, the Jupiter, and the Aphelion. The Venator has been the biggest, like it's been the OP weapon for PvP. Like if you have a level 4 Venator with good attachments, you melt people with this thing, and it's a handgun. But it almost becomes, if you get it right and you upgrade it right, it almost becomes like a submachine gun, like at that point.
Ooh, cool.
And for PvP, it just melts people. So they already have they nerfed it once already, and they're nerfing it again. That's how freaking OP this weapon is. They're like, it's still so overpowered that we're gonna have to fucking nerf it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So here's the
there
free
it
raider
is.
deck.
Free
It's
raider
the
deck.
Surgeon Raider deck.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they have like different decks that have different themes to them. Like so like one deck was like it was like a Submariner deck, and like your outfit had like a freaking guy in one of the big like dive helmets. It was cool. But they have there's a new arc. Yeah, I haven't even seen these guys yet. The Firefly and the Comet. Yeah, I've heard some of the streamers talking about them so far. Yeah, so what's this? We'll read this one, Todd.
I heard he caught everyone by surprise, even those whose job it was to keep Speranza prepared. You're tasked with collecting materials to build a weather monitoring system. Collect and contribute specific materials from topside to build the features of the system and earn your raiders some rewards in the process. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
It's something that'll go in your house, like in your
that's cool. That's cool. They do have like in-game stuff that keeps you occupied. Like they do have like these events that you have to go through where, so as you get longer into between expeditions and people start to max out and like you're waiting for that next expedition, they give you different tasks that you have to go do, and they'll give you some really cool perks if you do go perform them all. Like they just had an event, guys, that where it was you had to kill so many queens and get so many modules. So like literally it rotated every hour, the queen and the other thing, the matriarch.
Right.
To a different map every hour, and it was for a week. It was a week-long event, and you had levels that you had to hit. You get so many points from killing the queen, or get so many of these power cores, and it would level you up. And then you hit levels, and it would give you fucking mad loot when you hit the levels, which is cool. But Skeeva, we never did one when you were in there. You need the entire map to go take these things down. Like,
wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, so basically, when you go in there, everybody runs to a spot where they spawn, where the queen and the matriarch spawn, and they're huge, dude. And like they were like literally wreck you. Like there is easily going to be like 10, 12 people that die every time. That you go up against one of these, you're just going to. Especially if you don't have the right gear or the right weapons. And then what happens is not just them. What happens is some of the bigger stuff comes around them too at the same time. So the Bastion, which is that big ass crab looking thing that like mows down people with its machine gun, will be there along with the queen, along with the matriarch. And then you'll have like a leaper, which is the spider looking thing there. And then you'll have the freaking, the Rocketeer, which is the one that shoots the rockets. Like these things will just mow people down. Yeah. Oh yeah. And you'll have like 30 people in a map, and all 30 of them will be just like working together to kill this thing. And then, but you get to the end and you kill him, and then you never know. You're looking at that guy who's looking kind of weird now. Why is he looking at me weird?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, look at the size of this thing. Like it's huge.
Yeah, they're absolutely massive.
And now for this, so at the beginning of this event, like the first time it started, when you're in battling one of these, if you look off into the horizon of one of the maps, and you can't get there because it's out of the map zone, you see 3 bigger like things than that are like 10 times bigger than that, walking in the distance.
Oh wow.
That's going to be the new thing that's coming. It's going to be, and it's like they're like 10 times the size of the queen or the matriarch, and you see them walking. There's 3 of them walking in the distance. You just watch it.
I would love to see them do something like the ability to hack one of these things and take control of it and take out some of the other teams on the map. That'd be sick.
Can you imagine?
That'd be rad.
You take control. Now you're walking around in this thing.
Yeah.
Super cool. I would love that. I would love that. Yeah, so they balanced a whole bunch of weapons, item and crafting. They changed some of the item and crafting.
Did you see that site that Todd had up? Todd, did you that you were showing off the decks? I'm pretty sure I saw you in there. I didn't realize that you were working with
Right?
with Arc Raiders, but it was a spitting image.
Oh, I do. I know which one you're talking about.
Yes, there he
that's what
is.
you're talking about, right?
Todd's in the game, everybody.
I trimmed my beard on the weekend.
You
There.
want to
Todd?
support Todd?
Or it's
Get the
Roots
game.
from Virtual Strangers.
It might be more
Oh,
rootsy
yeah,
right
it does
now.
look more
Yeah,
like Roots.
I've all shaved down, so it's definitely rootsy now. Poor Roots. Is Roots playing Arc Raiders?
He is. He's in love with it. The
sure,
Roots
right? He loves
and
Tarkov,
Jim
so.
Hall and a couple of Radio Run, a couple of the Virtual Strangers crew are all playing. I went in and played with a couple of times. I went and played with some of them and did some PvP with those guys. PvP is I don't love PvPing solo. I would prefer to PvP with groups of people.
Yeah, solos. You're gonna get wrecked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
get wrecked.
I mean,
every time.
I can hold my own. I'm pretty, especially now where I'm leveled. I can hold my own. It's just not as much fun.
That helps.
Like if I'm solo, I've been building towards again trying to get my money up and try. It's not easy to get $6 million worth of money. It's a lot of grind for me, but I've been enjoying doing it, and I wanted to finish all my quests. There's 70 some quests in the game that you have to finish, and some of them are pretty detailed. So I've been trying to make. I just finished all my quests. I've got that done, and so yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. But I like going in. Like I was going in with Skeeva with you a little bit, with your nephew. I was playing a little bit, and we were going in and like we always PvP when we go in together because he's actually quite good. He's quite good PvP player also. So
he is, and he plays a lot of Rust, and he
loves
people. Yeah,
Right.
Cool. Well, that I took up way more time on Arc Raiders than I wanted to. Look, and we look. It's already 11 o'clock. We gotta cut the show a little bit short tonight. So yeah, let's talk about Horizon. I do want to, on our thumbnail tonight, guys, we have Meta has decided to move on currently from the VR version of Horizon Worlds, and there is a passionate community there, and we've seen these shutdowns before. We saw what was the social one that shut down? That was like VR chat.
Altspace.
We saw Allspace shut down. A lot of people loved Allspace, built in Allspace, did a lot of stuff in Allspace, and when it shut down, there was people that were crushed at shutting down. We're seeing a lot of that sentiment right now. A community of people that have come together and built things together and like become friends. Virtual friends, people who have have never met in person, but have spent numerous hours of time with building these worlds, and kind of things are going to change for them because very soon they're not going to be able to be in those environments, in those worlds anymore in VR. We do have a change coming where it's going to go to mainly mobile on a different platform, but the VR version will be dead.
So I want to know what you two think of this. Do you? I don't want to give you my opinion yet. I want to hear what you have to say first. But is it smart of Meta to abandon Horizon Worlds? Like I know we've been complaining about it
but they're not
2 years.
abandoning Horizon Worlds. They're just concentrating on a different platform.
Right.
They are sunsetting VR Horizon Worlds.
Right. VR. Yeah. They're again exactly what Skeeva just said. They're moving it to a mobile platform to maximize.
That's my question. Is that a good idea to get off of VR and move to mobile?
So in my mind, it's not really. I mean, look, they are a VR company as well. They are known to be, the biggest contributor to VR. To have this platform and to keep it going and not have any VR support is a little wacky in my mind. But like at the same time, when you are a company and you are reliant to pay your employees, you listen to the people, and if they don't want this, they don't want this. But I don't know why there just isn't a VR version that's just there that can naturally grow, just more organic and slow growth, because eventually it'll happen. If you look at Horizon now compared to where it was before, there has been a lot of growth there, and a lot of people who do really enjoy it. They just need to stop pushing it, over everything else. It just needs to be an experience like everything else. And eventually when it gets to the point to where a lot of people want to be in there a lot of time, then they will be. But like, I don't know why you would pull it off the platform completely. That doesn't make any sense to me. But
Well, I actually love that they're pulling it off the platform. I don't think it belongs on the platform. I think it belongs in its own platform. Like trying to fight for platform space between, a store space between a paid app and a free Horizon world doesn't make any sense, right? There's only limited store space for viewing things, right? Like you can only do so many things. And Horizon Worlds for the last 3 years has absolutely over dominated anything that was a paid app. So like literally, if you wanted to go in and buy a game, you'd have to hunt for it. You'd have to hunt for it, and and Horizon Worlds completely dominated. So,
but that's because they have each world as its own experience. Look, VR Chat doesn't do that.
Right.
Rec Room doesn't do that. You don't go on there and see
Roblox
a
doesn't do
world
that.
as like all of these different. It's one app. It gets one spot on the store. If you
Right.
want to go in there and explore, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. VR Chat does not completely try to take over the entire Quest store or the Steam store by making every single world its own separate store entry. That makes no sense. That is a way to bury your platform, kill off developers trying to develop for it. And like that, it just doesn't make sense. But to have one app that takes up one spot in the store,
I completely agree with you. I think
seems to make
abandoning it,
sense to
the
me.
VR thing is a knee-jerk reaction to a heated community who hated having it on the store. I think it needs to be either you have your little store icon on your headset, and beside it you have a Horizon Worlds icon, and they're completely separate from each other.
Yeah.
But to abandon all these developers and all these independent people and all these creators who have spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours developing these worlds, and some of them have livelihoods in there, selling merch and selling things they've created, selling their services, creating worlds for other people. Like, I think it's a terrible idea. I'm happy that they're doing something about it because it is a terrible place on the store. It doesn't belong there. It needs its own little entity, like you say. But I think the entity should be something that you can or cannot develop for VR. If you don't want to, you don't. It goes to the mobile world. If you want to develop it with a VR hook, then it's on both platforms. I was very shocked to see them cancel.
I'm a little bit different. I disagree with you guys. I think it was too early for Horizon Worlds VR. I think it has been handled poorly. I think, in spite of all the amazing people, it is the amazing people that have worked in it have been the only good thing that Horizon Worlds has been. I think it was been mishandled. I think they had to kill it. I'm glad that they killed it. I know people are looking for a spot to go and do it now. Go to mobile and be there until they bring it back. This is a means to an end for Meta. Like this is not them saying goodbye to it forever. This is them saying we need to focus. And what they want to do is they want to go and grab all of these people now on the mobile side, if they can focus solely on this, grab all of these people now and hook them. And then when we get to the spot where VR headsets are way more smaller and lighter and less expensive, go towards where we want these headsets to go with which is like goggles, then they want to pull all those people back in again and make it like a co-experience between mobile and VR, make it all of one. They tried to go the wrong way with it. Like they should have started this as mobile to begin with and then moved it into VR when it was ready. This is the problem with Meta. They always try to force evolution by throwing larger chunks of money at things, and inflating a market that's not ready for it yet. Like
knee-jerk reaction. Yeah.
So like I'm sad that all these people are losing what they have built. I don't think it could continue. And look, maybe there would be a way to keep it active and for them to like not curate it or something like that. But like they need to focus right now. They literally need to focus. So if they can't focus on both, I would prefer them to go and do something better and go do something in mobile and then come back and bring all of these people back in at a later date when it's ready and it's time. It's just not ready yet. And in doing all of these things, guys, they've completely borked their third-party developers and second-party developers.
I completely agree that they've done a terrible job.
Like,
yeah, totally.
So like,
agree.
Horizon World is an amazing thing, and I feel bad for everybody in there who has now lost space where they wanted to do things. But look, if we are going to survive as an ecosystem of gaming on a headset, this had to happen. This had to happen. We've been begging for this to happen for years. Developers,
I disagree with you. We've been begging for them to take it off of the front page and stop shoving it down our throats when we put our headsets on.
we want
I
we wanted.
don't know anyone who said.
I'm
get
telling
rid
you,
of it.
developers. I'm telling you, developers have been asking for this for years. Get rid of Horizon Worlds. We don't want to see it.
But they've completely put up this wall in front of all of the good developers, and they've only shown Horizon Worlds, right?
Right.
But VR chat is primarily flat users. They're
correct.
Like the majority of the users in VR chat are not in VR, right? We all know that, but there's still an app on the store, and the people that want to play in VR, you can go play in VR. But they're not forcing it down anyone's throat. They're like, here's our thing, play it how you want to, right? And they're doing fantastic, and they're not screwing anyone else up. It's not having VR chat on the store isn't ruining gaming. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know if it's there. You scroll by it. It's one little square in the store. If you don't want it, you don't want it.
There's got to be a reason that they're not. There's got to be a reason they're not doing that, though.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. You know, Meta's really. If Meta's biggest weak point is PR, they're so bad
100%.
at public perception, right? Because they do things like this, and it tells the people, hey, we're not interested in VR anymore. We're not even going to put our product on our own VR platform, right? So they're giving off the perception that they don't care about VR anymore. But in the meantime, what they're really doing is they're opening spots. They're opening the floor back up for the third-party developers that initially made VR awesome and powerful, and it made everyone come over to the platform to play all the amazing games and the amazing experiences, right? But like, they don't have to just throw it away. Like they keep really like throwing their image in the wrong direction, and really with like a really good strong PR firm, I really think they could mitigate a lot of this stuff right from the get-go, because everything is public perception.
Yeah,
like that's just what it is, and they keep like shooting themselves in the foot to spite their face. It's the strangest thing to watch, you know what I mean? Because I love my Quest. I love the Quest ecosystem. I love the developers in this space. I don't love Horizon Worlds.
No.
I've been in there a handful of times and like just to hang out with people. But I'm the same way with VR chat. I don't hang out in VR chat very often either.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, and here's the deal too, guys. Like, if it was successful, they would keep it. It's not successful. Like,
but would they? What about Echo? What about Echo? They threw away
history
Echo.
Says that's not
again,
right.
I don't think Echo was.
It had like
valuable.
10,000
people playing it.
It was a free game. What if you're not making it? Look, if you have 10,000 people and they don't spend any money, then all it does is cost you money. Look, trust me. If there was 10,000 people in there and they were all spending $5 a week or $10 a week, they would have kept it. They're not dumb. Like, and then
you do what Gorilla Chat, like Gorilla Tag did, and you put in cheap in-app purchases that make them millions of dollars, and they keep the
again. The same thing though. Those people weren't spending the money. Like they didn't want, they didn't know how to monetize it at that point.
That's what I did.
But again, same thing though. But do you think? I mean, they're not dumb. This company is $1 billion company. If they see that they're making money hand over fist, and they see a path to do that, they're going to keep it. The reason they don't do those things is because it doesn't make any money and it costs them money. So like, that's why they shut things down. Like they don't do them just because they're like, oh, let's see how we can fuck with people this week. They're not doing that. Like,
get that, but I think
that's what you guys said. Like, why would they shut it down? Like, they're doing these for reasons. Like, so I guarantee there is a reason that they're not keeping Horizon World. And again, if they just moved it off platform and somewhere else, and it was like financially viable for them to keep it there, I'm all for that. Then do that. If it's financially viable for you to do it. They're going to move the mobile off the platform. Why couldn't they stick the mobile and the VR off platform, off the Horizon Store platform onto a different platform, and keep the VR version there? The only reason they wouldn't is if for some reason it doesn't financially make sense for them.
Yeah, and here's the thing though. I think honestly what it comes down to is they just don't have the foresight and the right people to understand how to make money in there, right? Facebook Before they were Meta, they were Facebook, and they were kind of like almost like a Google in a way where they knew how to make money with advertisements. They weren't able to really pull that off on their spatial platform. And they didn't know how else to do it. They weren't ever a gaming company, and it kind of shows because they don't know how to monetize their products correctly. And I think they could have like, I don't know. It's easy. Like it's always easy to look on the outside and point in and go, all you had to do was this.
Do that.
Right? We all do that.
Yeah, no, good point. Because do you know how many free-to-play apps don't make any money?
Yeah, I know.
There are thousands of free-to-play apps that don't make any money at all. Look at Continuum. Continuum Entertainment launched 2 games in the last year. Okay, they launched 2 games in the last year. They launched UGG, which is the fastest-growing free-to-play game, making more money than Gorilla Tag right now. And they launched Cactus Jam 6 months earlier. Cactus Jam has nobody in there. It made $0. And UGG is the fastest growing game in the world. So though this company who like all of a sudden you think they have the secret sauce, if they had the secret sauce, they would have made all of their games great. Like you never know what's going to hit. So just saying, oh, well, they should have monetized Echo and they would have made money. That's not it doesn't mean it's not a golden ticket. Like you have to figure out there's so many things that go into effect.
They could have tried to monetize Echo and they might have made money.
They did. There was you could buy.
I never saw any in-app purchases in Echo.
No, nobody did. They like, but there were opportunities. But just because they couldn't find it doesn't mean it's like they didn't do something wrong. Like there's hundreds of companies right now that don't know how to do it, or they're doing it wrong, or that like some are successful and some aren't. Like why? Yeah. Like figuring that out again. It's not a golden ticket. It's extremely lucky when you find those unicorns.
Yeah, I'll get to that. Artful in chat says Meta tried it with the branded avatar clothing that you could sell, and he's like, that obviously didn't work. I never once saw a commercial or an advertisement or a TikTok that explained how. I still have no idea how to make those clothes.
This is in Horizon Worlds we're talking about.
Or marketing. It's not a bad idea. They could make millions of dollars with these fucking $2 t-shirts if we knew how to make them.
Right. Who was making them? Those were users, in-game users making them. Was Meta making money on those?
Meta made a cut on the. Oh yeah.
I don't know any of them in there at all. I never used anything. So,
for any Mythic Quest fans in the chat or listening to this after live, I'm just going to say that Meta needs a Brad. A Brad head of monetization
is the show, right? Based on a company. I want to watch this thing now, man.
This is character named Brad, and he just all he is in charge of is making money in the game, in their free game. And and he's a shark. He's a legit shark, and he makes that company so much money, and that's what he does, right? So it's just I don't know, stupid reference to a really funny show.
No, I definitely need to watch it. I do agree with you, Skeeva, that Meta has a PR problem. They do so they're doing the right. I believe they're doing the right thing here. They're doing the right thing by.
And ultimately, I do too. But
you're right. They look.
Yep.
Because look, they made a lot of really good changes right now to help out the ecosystem for paid games that players like us want. Okay, players like everybody in chat wants. The hardcore player, the VR player that wants what we want. They're making changes to help the developers make more of those experiences. That includes killing their first-party development teams. Like it's super sad that we just lost Camouflage, and we lost before that Downpour, and we lost Sanzaru. It's super sad that we lost these teams. But these teams, as a first-party studios, were not helping the ecosystem in any way. They were inflating an ecosystem with huge budgets that were never going to be recouped, that nobody can compete with. And then everybody thought that every experience of what wasn't Batman wasn't good enough. Batman was a project that was hugely funded with a huge team that 90% of developers would never be able to replicate. And that just it poorly inflates the ecosystem to where the competition's not fair anymore. And if you have first party, and they had 4 or 5 of these first party studios doing these things, so in making a change and saying we're going to focus more on our second and third party, mainly our third party developers, and try and help them, we're going to have to kill our studios. You know what I mean? So they made that sacrifice. But Skeeva, it looks terrible for them. Look, they're like,
oh, it does, yeah.
But it's the right move. It's the right move.
It totally is. And VR was in a way healthier place before all of
Before
this
any of that
artificial inflation started really happening, right? I mean, it was growing gradually, but in a healthy state. It's like, it's like if you try to lose weight, you want to lose 50 pounds in a day. That's not healthy. You know what I mean? Like it's got to
Right.
be like a healthy, slow build up. And it was going that way. And ultimately what you're saying is right. Like you can't, an ecosystem like that doesn't work. And a lot of the people and a lot of the companies and the studios that were building up VR to a successful place ended up closing because of a lot of these decisions. Now, I really do think a lot of the problem, most things are perception, right? Like, and if you can control the perception, then people will understand and ecosystems can thrive a little better. And they're just not good at PR. They're just simply not good at PR.
They aren't.
So, and
They
I
really
don't
aren't.
think they're doing the wrong things. They just needed they just needed to figure out how to word them better and make people not think they were giving up on their platform, because that ultimately does do a bunch of damage that we will recover from this. It'll just take a little longer than if they just had some PR minds behind the scenes and how to do this gracefully, right?
Yep, agree, 100%. Yeah, and then again, perception is king. Like, and then people from the outside looking in, and I'm gonna pick on you just for a second, Gray Matter Shades, because you said the problem is without that sort of first party support, you aren't going to have high profile games that could bring people into VR. I completely disagree, and
I disagree too.
this is a reason why. There's a different path. You don't have to have $100 million, $150 million budgets to bring in AAA first party titles. You don't. There's a different path, and we're showing you that now. You maybe haven't seen the exact big thing that you want to see out of Flat VR Studios or some of the other development studios out there that are doing similar things, but they're coming. There is a different path. And we can bring in stuff. Like we've started with Trombone Champ. Okay, yeah, it was a kind of an indie darling. We've worked into RoboQuest mid-tier. You haven't seen anything yet. Like, just give us some time. There is a different path, and we'll be there. And then Gray Matter Shade said also they're not expanding their third-party support by any indication I've seen. In fact, they're pulling funding for third-party games at the same time they shut their studios. That's not true. That's not true. And I'm telling you as a person in the industry, that's not true. They are killing some third-party games.
So you have perception, and this is what the public thinks.
That's the problem. I know, and it's not your fault.
Yep.
Like I'm picking on you, Gray Matter Shades, but it's not your fault. I'm not. But I just want to tell you because that's the misinformation that unfortunately Meta helps spread with their non-good PR. Now they are killing some third-party support for funding support for projects that still didn't make sense. There was third-party support. Again, that was way inflated on budgets that were not going to be recoupable. That just didn't make sense. So it almost became like a first-party problem, or so there were titles that were being worked on by outside studios that Meta was funding that were still so overinflated that they didn't make sense. Those are the ones that they did pull support on. The ones that still made sense, the ones that are going to pay off in the end, the ones that we all want to see, they're still there. They're still there, and they're looking to support more. They are going to focus more on the third-party developer because they know that developer feeds the ecosystem. Healthy ecosystem. That's all it's about, is healthy ecosystem. But it's in a better spot than all of you guys think. I wish they would come out and do this, and that we don't have to do this, Skeeva.
Right.
But they just sometimes they can't. Like, or maybe they can't. I don't know. It would be.
There's got to be a better way to do it than what they're doing. So.
And there is, and they're moving in the right direction. It's just like the moral of the story here is they just need to get good at PR. That's all, and save themselves a lot of backwards when they could just be moving forward. But ultimately their decisions are making sense at this point. The decisions originally to try to beef everything up were not right from the get-go, but they're fixing it. They just need to try to steer the public perception into what's really happening instead of what's happening now. So
and unfortunately, we said it's like they do 10 right things, and they have 2 things that are out front that are casualties of that look terrible. Like the closing of their first party studios, the 10% reduction in their payroll for Reality Labs, and then the closing basically of Horizon Worlds VR. Those things unfortunately stick out front, and you have to like open the hood up to really see what's going on. But when you do, you understand it. Like us, like we see it, we understand. Like, okay, this had to happen, and just so you know, like the people on the inside, they agree this had to happen. The people that lost their jobs agree this had to happen. They wish they weren't as casualties of it happening. But again, to be healthy, to move forward, to not continue to choke off the developers that are feeding the ecosystem, the ones that you all rely on to make your great games that you love. So those games can be featured and those games can be bought.
I can't wait to see that where the store is a store again. That's going to be fantastic.
Ooh,
I'm curious
hallelujah.
what your home is going to look like. You load into your game. 99% of the time I load into AR and I'm sitting at my desk or in my chair or something.
Mhm.
But when I do go into VR, you see that fake Horizon Worlds with like fake avatars jumping around and running around.
Yeah, right.
What's that going to turn into? I wonder. That'll be interesting to see how they revamp the home world. They're kind of going towards that Apple Vision Pro look with the floating buttons and stuff, right?
I would love to know the answer to your question, Skeeva, is why couldn't you run it like VR chat?
That's all I'm saying. That was my whole point.
But there's got to be a reason. Like I just don't know what it is. But I would assume there's got to be a reason that
you'd think the logical step would have been to do that first, and then if it's still failing, or the people that are developing for mobile don't want to do VR, then you see that.
But again,
shift.
is it VR chat? Like, is it popular enough as VR chat to sustain it? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Most of the people I know are VR chat people. They don't go in a Horizon World, but I do know a ton of people that develop for it. So it's like they got to be doing it for somebody.
To me, it just makes sense for me to like, okay, go build and build this huge thing as big as you can build it. Focus on the mobile part if that's where you want to focus. I think, and that will bring in hope, and then hopefully we convert all those people to VR, right?
I was with Creeper Betty in Horizon Worlds a couple months ago, and she took me to a world that she helped build, Chicken Run or something like that. I can't remember what it was called. It was cute. There was probably 20 people running around this world doing all these little activities and stuff and playing games and stuff that you could do in there. And her and I and Kathan were the only ones in headset.
Really? Everybody else was mobile? That's crazy. I mean, I can tell you this. I know a lot of the people that were building, some of the biggest creators for Horizon Worlds, some of the ones that were super popular, and they were like, hey, we're moving to mobile. This is months.
They're just happily moving to mobile.
Months ago, like 6-8 months ago.
Oh, they knew the switch was coming. Gotcha.
Yeah, they were like, I was shocked. I'm like, they're like, yeah, we'll continue to build a Horizon World in VR here or there, but our main focus, these are teams that are very, excellent teams, but they're like, our main focus is now mobile. And I'm like, wow, that's telling. So I mean, that's dictating what they're doing as creators. Can you imagine if you're the platform holder at that point? Where do you do? Where do you focus? Where do you go? And that's what I think we're seeing. It's an interesting discussion. It's an interesting topic. Look, I don't know if there's a lot of completely right answers. There's a lot of gray area in there that where I do feel a certain way about Horizon Worlds, but I wish I knew the answer to a lot of your guys' questions of why we couldn't sustain it and keep it open, because I do feel bad for the people that aren't.
It's hard being in cutting edge technology. If you are in a field like finance or medicine or whatever the case may be, there are people there are a million other people doing what you do. You can see the successes, you can study those things. When you're in a cutting edge technology company, you are paving the way. There are no answers that are out there already. You have to figure it out as you go. You have to stumble, pivot, fall on your face a little, get up, go the other direction. There is no one else to look at. You're literally making the future. So, man, it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
everyone's trying their best.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It is, and look, and then this is the things that we talk about in the industry. Like, there's a lot of people that just aren't fans of meta, and I get that, and that's okay. Like, you don't have to love everybody. I can tell you this: they're still the ones supporting the ecosystem more than anybody else out there, by far. So, like, even them cutting 10% of their payroll, people are like, "Oh my God, that means they're not They're not into VR anymore. They're not committed to VR. They quadruple probably the payroll of every other team out there in virtual reality still, with where they are right now, or at least triple. And I saw something very interesting from Palmer Luckey the other day. He said that their normal churn, their normal burn of that is about 8% to 9% a year.
Staff churn
for staff. So, and they do that over a year. So they happen to do this in a one lump sum time and did a 10%. But if you aggregate that over the year, they're probably going to be about the same as they always are, as normal. And that's a telling number from Palmer Luckey, who's no apologist for Meta. I'll tell you that.
To that.
It was very interesting. He did an interview with somebody the other day, and somebody was like, VR is dead. And he's like, I very much disagree. Like, it was interesting to hear Palmer's take on this, because he has always been certainly like, hey, VR is not exactly where it needs to be. But he was like, in this where he was talking, he's like, wait till you see where we have coming, what we'll see in the next year or two. He's more bullish on VR than I've heard him talk for a while. Like, he came out years ago going, when free isn't free enough. Like, that was his big thing, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When free isn't free enough. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's not the VR we're seeing, even if it's free, isn't good enough to even make it popular, because he can't give away free. It's not free enough. And that's where he was. He's now kind of going the opposite way, where he's like, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, we are going to see some crazy things coming that are going to blow us away literally within the next year to 2 years. This was a great interview. You guys should go check it out.
I saw it was a podcast.
It was a podcast. Yeah.
It was, yeah. I saw it. I can't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up.
It was just very interesting to hear what he had to say about, the industry and the moves by Meta. It's a very good take on where we are as an industry, which is extremely interesting. Cool. And I love this discussion. It's a really good discussion. We have had this discussion many times. You're right. We did it when Echo closed. I remember having that discussion when Echo closed. I remember when they closed Downpour I remember
when they put so much emphasis into creating the metaverse. Like, they were going to be the meta.
I mean, that was Horizon.
Yeah,
right?
right.
And that was what Horizon Worlds turned into. Was their
And again,
metaverse.
they just forced it. They just forced it too early. They wanted it so
Too
fast,
early, way
so
too early,
bad that they just were like, hey, how do we force it? And literally, in doing so, they almost destroyed their ecosystem.
Wanting to be first to do it was just a bad.
I'm glad they figured it out, though.
Hindsight,
Glad they figured it out before they ruined everything and before it became unsustainable. And because in business, you do have to pivot. And if you don't, that's when you die. And, if they are pivoting and they're making choices, and on the outside, they don't look good, but I think they are good.
Yeah.
Ultimately. So
Agreed. All right, guys, great discussion. I feel it's a discussion we can probably continue to have even next week if we want to come back and touch on it again. So anybody in chat, leave some comments on the video later if you want us to kind of like get in. There's anything that you want to ask us, or if you want us to get into it again next week. If you're a creator out there of Horizon Worlds and you have something to say on this, let me know. Maybe we bring you on.
Yeah, I'd love to
I'd love to get that perspective as well. There are a lot. I personally know some of them.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them, actually. And I feel terrible that this is happening to them. There's a lot of petitions out there that people are signing. Unfortunate. But sucks. Assassin 32 says, how many VR dead thumbnails have you seen in the last 5 years? People just need to stop. It's never going to stop. Not until it's like as common as like a laptop or a phone. You won't. It's always going to be that that niche on the outside looking in technology. We're getting closer though. Like the problem is people want to sensationalize everything, and whenever you see a small thing like that, you get people that want to take advantage of whatever that sensational part is. Instead of like being the voice of reason, they want to be the voice of shock. And that's, I guess, with anything in the world. They prefer to be the voice of shock instead of the voice of reason. We'll be the voice of reason. Here, come hang out.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. We'll be the voice of reason. Screw the rest of them.
As long as we go live to every platform that we're supposed to go live to, guys.
Yeah.
Or we can just hang out on my X.
I don't mind hanging out with your ex. I mean, your
Not
ex.
with my ex. On my ex.
on your
Oh, maybe we shouldn't hang out on my ex. They
No,
really
your
need
ex.
to change the name
Oh,
of
you
that
know who loves
platform.
hanging out on your ex?
My
She's
mom.
over there right now, I bet.
We need to switch back to Twitter. Let's go to
I
Twitter.
completely agree.
Oh, cool. Well, we appreciate you all showing up tonight for this conversation. I thought we had a lot of cool, interesting things to talk about. Next week, we'll have a whole bunch of new topics to talk about at that point. I'm looking forward to whatever that's going to be because we don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But we'll have something pretty cool. Maybe we'll actually get into the AI stealing your job and figuring out what that really is. I'd love to let's talk about that. But
Yeah, that's a deep conversation.
that's a deep conversation for another week.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time for Todd and Skeeva. See you later.
See you guys.
Welcome to the Reality Bytes podcast.
I went down and visited Skeeva.
And I got to see that maple leaf tattoo on Todd's ass.
Really? He showed you that? He hasn't even showed me that.
Let me smack it.
We've had so many people DMing us and leaving comments on our YouTube videos about how terrible Trombone Champ's going to do and the company's going to go bankrupt. To see it do so well on launch day was just like, you know what? That guy can kiss my ass.
You look, you lose 85 pounds, you shave your beard, you put some glasses on, people are like, oh, it's not even, they don't look like you anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck? Get fat in your beard, damn it.
Like, he's already biased because he didn't get what he wanted. He wanted Alien Isolation. If you want Alien Isolation, asshole, go play Alien Isolation. I very firmly believe that there's many games out there that are ethically great flat games that are absolutely better in VR. Not every game.